See, I'm burning this Palo Santo, so that should tell you how my day is. Bring in the good vibes. Bring in the good vibes, please.
Just don't bring
It's
in some of
been.
the folks that were on Wet Sunday with you guys because you had
Listen,
some.
I was walking this morning and I was already calling in my guides, my higher beings, my higher self, and saying, can you please bring us a scrub down list of new people who are just more open, more friendly, and who need the healing? Like, just, refresh the list and give us a group of people who are definitely in need and are positive and then just enjoy the flow. So
Well,
hopefully
you had
this Palo
some.
Santo
You definitely had some interesting characters on the live
and keep
on
all the
Sunday.
spammers, poachers,
Oh my
trolls,
And you
people
were on
trying
for
to.
4 hours. I mean, you had so you and Sherry and Alicia had the patience of Job. I mean, you earned statehood with those readings because those people were just. I was being tried after about an hour. My patience was like, what?
I was like, oh my gosh. Even Kino was like, this is annoying. So it was hard to keep from not. And then, like, a lot of them didn't like the honesty. And I'm like, well, that's what you're going to get is honesty. I'm not going to sugarcoat it to make you feel good. If I don't think that you need a reading and I think that you need therapy instead, that's what I'm going to say. Because you can't keep coming on here for the same thing and then thinking that I'm going to keep probing into this person's mind who you have access to. Ask that person. It's as simple as that.
You know, I totally get that because it drives me crazy when they're like, "Tell me what this person thinks of me," and I'm like, I totally understand why they want to do that to a degree, but it's like have that conversation. And this is if you ask a stranger the conversation, then that's one step closer to you asking the person involved. Now, if you think you know what they think about you, and then you want a confirmation, well, I think that's another way to do it.
And once is fine, but every over and over and over again, like maybe
Especially
you
the father
guys.
question. That father question, that's the one that I was like, okay,
And
this,
she's like, I don't do that every week. And I was like, okay, everybody remembers you because you are so you want him to be Bill Cosby, but you have Ice T. That's the thing. She wants Bill Cosby to be her father, but Ice T is more the character that she has. And I just be like, sorry, but I get it.
check your reference there. I'm not sure Bill Cosby now is a good reference.
Bill
How about
Cosby from the
Huxtable?
Cosby Show.
The Cosby Show, yes, Huxtable.
The Cosby Show.
Yeah, 'cause I'm like, wait a minute. That's a whole nother reference anymore. I had to go there. I had to go there. I couldn't help it.
Yes, that may be who she got. That may.
Yes, maybe that's the problem.
But I think when we try to make people, like, is this person going to apologize? Is this person going to do whatever? They're probably not. And then how are you going to move on with your life? And that's what I try to prepare people from. If you don't get the decision you want, then what are you going to do? If you don't get the answer that you want, then what are you going to do? And so that's the thing. I don't think people are prepared for it. They only see their one side or they're so tunneled in that they don't really hear what we're saying. Like I gave a couple people dates and they were just like, no, that doesn't mean anything. And then 20 minutes later, they're like, oh yeah, that's this date. That's such and such's birthday. And I'm like, okay, okay. So just be open. That's what we ask you to be open to all possibilities and to not be so keyed in on one thing or one way of seeing it. Like be open to all the ways that we can see things or you can understand the way things are happening. But other than that, okay, so everybody thinks I'm crazy when I post this. It's cold in the mornings. When I go walk at like 6, I usually go about 6:15 or 6:30 because at 6 o'clock it's still a little bit too dark. So I go at 6:30. It was cold to me every day this week. Like I literally want to put on a jacket. And by the time I get into my walk about 30 or 45 minutes, the sun is now beaming. But when I initially go outside, I'm cold, and everybody's like, "It's not cold," and I'm like, "I'm so cold."
Yeah. I'm part of the group that's looking at you like, so what?
Everybody's looking at me, but
I know
everybody on the
you have
East Coast was
Michigan
like, "I
cold.
had to turn on my heat. I had to turn on my heat."
And you know what Michigan cold is, and so that's the crazy thing when you think about it. Is like
I
you
was
of all
cold
people.
then and I'm still cold now.
Rebecca says it was 30 in New York. It was in the 30s in New York. I guess.
See? Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine that anymore. That is just detrimental to me right now. So, yeah. I don't mind the cooler weather, but in the morning it's a bit brisk.
I hear you. Well, welcome into Firm Wellness, Blue Ocean, Deb, Angelica Ortega, Jojo, Terry T. And congratulations, Terry T, on your test. We
Terry
told
T.
you would
So
pass.
he told me that he passed his practical, but he said he passed another part too. So I wonder if he took multiple tests and he passed all of them.
Yeah, yep, and that's good news, which we had told you was going to happen. So good, congratulations, Terry T. CO7733, good, nice to see you. Natural Divine Goddess, good to see your head pop back up, and hopefully things are going well for you in Florida. Yes, and you're on the list. Lotus, Lotus something, Lotus Siren, I think it is.
Alicia.
Yes, Mary M., you're on the list for a general. Tina Simpson, also on the list. Specific question. Welcome in, Pam. Welcome in, Lewis. General, what's coming toward me? I don't think it's our Lewis, though. I think that's another Lewis. I'm not sure. And then Rebecca Tolero and her financial situation got her down. So it says, yes, thanks, Don and Miss Angie. You don't have to thank us. You're the one that did the work. We just gave you the confidence. We kept telling you, you got this. Just keep doing the work. So it lies with you. But, we were only delivering the news that you.
Exactly. And we effectively sent out that positive energy on that day. We were so happy for you. I think we were more nervous. Like, did he do good? Did he do good? Did he do good?
Exactly.
So when he said he passed, I was like, woo!
It's like get the pendulum back out, right? It's like thank
exactly.
goodness.
Like they told me you were gonna pass. Wait, what did you do?
Exactly. Well, good to see everybody in. I was kind of sad, not totally crushed, but very sad. One was it Monday morning, Tuesday morning, yesterday morning, because my favorite singer of all time. I grew up on country music. I'm a big country music fan, and Loretta Lynn, Coal Miner's daughter. I was a big fan, and I love that woman to this day. I love her. I used to be on her fan club. I have her old fan club materials. I have almost all of her albums. I was like one of these guys, and I kept it at my mom's and dad's house for so long. And then when they moved, I moved it to my house in Maryland, and then it'll eventually get here. But I found out that she'd passed. But that was a woman who, again, it's interesting because when you watch these TV stations, I was kind of upset yesterday, but she died right at the time in the morning after the shows had already been started coming on the air. So they didn't do much, but this morning it was all over the air, all Good Morning America and all those things.
Oh,
but
yeah, I saw it on today.
Yeah, and then it was interesting because CNN started showing it yesterday, and they kept talking about her husband, and they would show Conway Twitty, who was the guy she sung with for years in a duet situation. And I'm like, they don't even know. I was like, how insulting, because I'm ready to, just come to CNN like crazy. I'm like, you all don't even do your homework, because that was kind of insulting. But this woman, it's amazing. So many people, the younger generation especially women, have no idea about what this woman did. She shattered glass ceilings for women. And it's interesting because we don't think so much. We live in the now, but I grew up in the then. You, Angie, grew up in the then. You know what I'm talking about. Things are very different now than they were when we were kids. And when Loretta Lynn came along, first of all, women who wrote music, pretty much the music was poo-poo. They were like, it's woman music. You can't do it. Loretta Lynn became the first woman to write a #1 country song.
Really?
She also was the first woman to become Entertainer of the Year, the Country Music Association Entertainer of the Year. No woman had ever done it before. She did it. Then she also became the first female country singer, first female, to be the singer of the decade. So for the 70s, she was the singer of the decade, a female. I mean, that was crazy.
I can believe that.
Yeah, she got banned a number of times for her music because she sung a song that she wrote about the pill when the pill came out. And they're like, oh, you can't talk about the pill, oh my God. And now it's funny because right now that song has a lot of resonance again because it's about, about taking the pill and abortion and all that. but she dared to sing that song, and then she wrote a song called Rated X about how women were treated, how women once they get divorced, they were they get a red X on them, and they're considered, not worthy and whatever. But the guy can go on and marry, and she's like, wait a minute, no, 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 it's wonderful. She did so much. She was also got the Presidential Medal of Honor and all these other things. I mean, she broke so many ceilings for women to come through and follow, and we tend to forget that because we live in an era now where that ceiling was already shattered, and now women can do it. But when she came along, women did not do that. Women couldn't even sell out. They didn't believe a woman could sell out a theater. What do you call it? What do you call it? A concert.
Stadium. Oh.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And Tina Turner had the same problem. When Tina was in the 80s, Tina was considered old and a female, and she couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So Tina Turner saw some of that same crap, but later and for different reasons. So it's amazing. We have some icons who are passing. We need to remember the history, because if we do not remember the history, we will repeat it, and that is not a good thing. It is not a good look on anybody. So Loretta Lynn, my favorite. She's in heaven now. So, and I said in my text, my dad. My dad. I told you, Angie, before. My dad played country music, and when we go to West Virginia, my Uncle Ivan and my father. My Uncle Ivan played the banjo and he played the guitar and all these things, and my dad played it. And my Uncle June DeWitt would play, and then my cousin Joyce would sing, and the whole family would sing and dance and whatever, and big bonfires. And so for me, country music was part of that experience, and her music was part of that experience because that was sung at those places and those times. So my dad, I believe my dad was happy last night because he got to sing and play with Loretta Lynn up in heaven. That's how I see it.
I can remember when I was about 18, I was in this contest. It was like this scholarship contest. And we went to the, what is it? Not the rock, the country music place in Tennessee, the Grand Ole. Is it in Tennessee, Grand Ole Opry? We went there, and we didn't know, we were young and we didn't know what we were doing. Now I think back on that and think that was such an iconic thing for those ladies to try to expose us to, and we just didn't understand. And I wasn't a country music fan until I was much older, till I was an adult and started choosing my own music. My mom and dad were very much the blues type people, and then whatever else was on the radio. The country just wasn't in my base music selection. And so when I got older and discovered some of it, I loved it, and I'll go back to a lot of it and listen to it and enjoy it. But yeah, I'm a newbie to country music.
Yeah, there's certain country that's good country, and there's other countries like, but Loretta is always on top. And it's interesting because she's in more Hall of Fames for music and writing and all that stuff than anybody else. And she's the longest, she had the longest tenure as a member of the Grand Ole Opry. She was in the Opry for 60 years.
And I don't even remember who was there the day that we went, because there was a performance, and just being as young as I was, I don't even recall, but I do recall the experience of going and just not appreciating it to the fullest. Now I would be like all at all, but back then, 18, I was like, eh.
I hear you. Well, anyway, that's my thing for the day. But it's good to know that she died at 90, and she died in peace of her home and those kind of things. And her home has a lot of her original home. She built a home later in years up behind her house that she bought originally. But the original home that she moved into in Hurricane Mills, that house has paranormal activity, and it's been known to have. And there's like soldiers walking through all times of the day, and pictures moving around, and all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, her son Jack was woken up by a soldier trying to take his boots off. Yeah. So lots of paranormal activity, and she was a believer of that.
God.
And she was psychic, believe it or not. She was psychic. She would see things, and she would read for people. Yeah, that was downplayed.
Really? I would have never known that. See, now that's none of the stuff they highlighted, because I watched some of the specials on her, and none of that stuff was highlighted. It felt very, very. Most of the things that I saw about her, like you said, were very, very ineffective reporting on her. It was just kind of, she's dead, she's an icon, move on. And like the little tidbits of information that you have seem so much more interesting than a lot of stuff that I saw on there. And it was like they kept playing the same loop of information on every station. So it wasn't
Yeah,
a lot of flavor giving to or time giving to her story. Just she's gone.
exactly. And
Hello,
I think
Angelina.
yeah, I think people play down that the I think the her you know the country music establishment plays down her things. But like when you would meet up with her, they have many people who said, you know, she say, can I read for you because I'm giving you this energy, and then she would read for them, and it's like, you
Oh,
know, it's like how
really?
cool that.
That
Yeah,
is
because
cool. Now, see, I would have never known that in any way, shape, or
yeah,
form. That is cool to know
yeah,
because that would have been way back in the day when that was not a very popular. Well, in our circle, or at least in
right.
my circle, it wouldn't have been something popular back in the day.
But it was part of the folklore of Kentucky, so I think that fits kind of well. So I don't know. Anyway, so that was my week.
My week is shaping up better. It wasn't like at the beginning of the week, Monday, it was a real heavy, heavy, heavy energy hanging. Like there was a grayness to the energy. It's eased up a little bit today. And yesterday it eased up a little bit also. So it's kind of it's getting better. Like I feel like it's the tension is easy. I still don't know what's going to happen or what the heaviness was, but it does feel a little bit lighter. Or maybe I'm just kind of like it is what it is, and you can't really do anything about it but muddle through the day.
Exactly.
I was on live with Susan today. She went live, and I jumped on her live, so that was interesting. You know what? Ironically, I did not get a notification from Facebook. I just kind of was on Facebook and noticed that she was on, and so I didn't get any notifications for anything from her. So I'll have to check my settings to see what that problem was. But with Facebook, you never know what the issue is.
Exactly. Yeah. I didn't give her either, but I knew when she was on, and I was like, wait a minute, it's supposed to do that ding thing, and it didn't do it.
It
So
did not. Hi, Pumpkin Soul. I like your name. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Paul Black. Hi, Miss Linda. Hi, Sherry Berry.
I'm trying to pin some of the names for the readings.
Yes, naturally divine goddess. I do have the moonology deck. My sister Keena, we've been talking about this. My sister Keena bought this for me for my birthday in 2021, and I wanted it so bad. Like I was like, oh, I want this deck. I want this deck. She went on a trip. She got the deck for me, and it just was not speaking to me. Like I couldn't get a connection to it. Within the last month or so, it's been really, really chatty and really like I hear spirit saying use the moonology deck, and I'm connecting with it a lot more. So it is turning out to be one of my favorite decks, or I'm actually connecting to it now.
And hopefully you're safe and well, Master Divine Goddess. But hopefully the again that you found your way back to the house, and the house is in good shape and didn't get damaged too badly. We saw the devastation of Sanibel Island. Oh my gosh, it's so sad.
Oh yeah, I've been looking at a little bit on the news. It is a bit like I don't know. It's every morning seeing the same images over and over and over and over again. It's a bit depressing to some degree. So I'll watch a little bit here and there and see what's going on. But yeah, it was
Hello,
pretty bad.
Zenda. Hello, Zenda Bishop from Australia. Nice to see you in. Not sure what time it is. Is it morning there already, or is it because you're like?
Somebody said good morning from Australia.
Mhm. Okay. Oh, that's why I'm
Um,
just trying to see.
Tanisha said, long story short, on her tea, she got a letter from customs in Portuguese telling her about her tea. By the time she figured out, realized it was too late, and it's on its way back to the United States.
Oh, that's sad.
Aw, dang, and that's been a long time. Like sending stuff that's what now I understand why people be like only ship local, not necessarily locally but within the United States, and they don't want to ship internationally, or they tell you to add 2 or 3 weeks to the time. It's a lot.
Especially if you're in business, you know. Yeah, but I guess I wonder if they thought maybe she there was something other than just tea in there. I don't know. You never know. So with that,
Naturally Divine Goddess said her energy was off, but major downloads and connections. I did have a dream. I took a nap before we started, and I did have a nice dream. It was a really futuristic dream where I could see me in the present, but I could see things in the future, like walking into future things. It was nice, and I was like, I get it. So yeah. Hi, Don Henry. Oh, is that what's his name?
I'm not sure.
Oh yeah. She said that's why she just sent a donation for the shirt because it's hard to ship internationally.
Hmm.
Oh, Sherry Berry says she had a friend pass away that she didn't know was sick. That was her heavy feeling. I don't know what my heavy feeling is, but I do tell you what, that moth hasn't been back that was protruding on my patio. It was the biggest moth I'd ever seen. Like it literally looked like it was that big. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, you took a picture and sent it, didn't you?
Yeah, I posted it on on Facebook. It was huge. I had never seen anything like it, and I for sure was not opening that patio door.
Oh, Lord.
If it would have gotten in the house, it could have had the house unless my son got it out because I can't live my life with critters.
Affirm, you were first in and first on the list. Did you want a reading? I didn't see if you did or not, so I didn't. I have you on the list, but I didn't see a question. So Affirm Wellness, if you want a reading, let me know. And then after that is Blue Ocean, and Blue Ocean, I do have your question. So Affirm Wellness, if you want a reading, let me know, and I'll give you that reading. The engine, I'll give the reading. But and then second in line is Blue Ocean. Deb, I don't think I saw a question from you. I'm going to look back here over my list. I did see you wanted to be added to the list, but I did not see a question. So no, I don't have a question pinned for you, Deb. So if you could also offer a question, Deb, that would be nice.
Exactly, Tanisha. I don't do bugs or non-humans.
So let's see.
Keena says she was running late. Ain't no telling. She might be on a hot date. She ain't tell nobody about it. I don't know where she at. She says she coming, Tanisha, though.
Okay. Well, Deb, you have Affirm says she's just hanging out. Super, no problem, Affirm. And congratulations, Affirm, on the TV spot today.
And if you're in our private group, I did post a video of Affirm Wellness being on the local news today. And as Don mentioned, it was the same news station that
Oprah.
station that Oprah was on. I'm just saying we're getting closer and closer to Oprah every week. Closer to Oprah. That's all I'm trying to say. Like Affirm was on the same station that Oprah was on when she was there. That's all. I'm just
As soon as it popped up and I started watching it, my eye was drawn to the WJZ, and I'm like, wait a minute. I used to go to WJZ when I was younger, and we go watch Oprah when she was in Baltimore, Oprah and Richard Scher, and I'm like, oh my God, how funny is that, right? So that was cool. Pam says, Natural Divine Goddess, happy to know that you are safe. So yes, it was great, Affirm. You did a great job. You really did, and it was good to see that. So and well deserved. You've been working hard on that. So good news. And everybody that wants to know, Affirm Wellness is into again, healthy choices, healthy living, those kind of things. So if you need coaching on that or something else, that's who you're going to turn to. And her website is affirmwellnessllc.com. And go check it out. She has a 12-week program on eating better and doing other, changing your life.
Didn't she have a link to a clean eating quiz too?
Yeah, I think it's on the page too. Mm-hmm. So again, it's Affirm.
Don't be surprised if you fail that quiz.
So it's affirmwellnessllc.com, and you can see what she does. It's all about healthier intake and healthier output and so forth. And so
and Pam, I got my items from you. I just haven't done my unboxing yet, but I did get my items from you a couple days ago.
Absolutely. So first in line is Blue Ocean, and so Blue Ocean said they want a reading, but did they give us a?
I thought she said something about the next couple months. I feel like this is the same question repeatedly, or maybe everybody wants to know what's going to happen the last 3 months of the year. I get it.
Yeah, what's coming next is what you had. You're right. You were great, Angie.
Um,
Do, 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 do. Oh, by the way, folks, don't forget, please hit those like, share, subscribe, comment, and follow buttons. And we have a few new graphics tonight, so we're going to mix them in there. Whoops, the card.
Blue Ocean, I keep asking because they kept saying Ocean of Tears, and I want to make sure it wasn't just a play on your name. And they just keep showing me a boat. Actually, they keep showing me the six of uh, or is it the Eight of Swords in the Light Seers Tarot, where you're in the boat and you feel all tied up by the It must be the Eight of Swords. Wait, let me see. In the Light Seers deck, where you're in the boat and there you're all tied up and you're feeling a bit confused. And it just I keep hearing an ocean of tears, so it's dark. And for me, when it's nighttime, there is secrecy, there is sadness, or there is some kind of uh, unknown information. So I get a sad feeling and then I get tears, but the river is raging, like it's shaking the boat back and forth. And the thing that's feeding the river or that's making the river so turbulent are your tears. So I'm getting that you're going through a sad situation that's causing you to cry, that's causing you heartache, that's keeping you up at night because again, now they're now showing me the Nine of Swords, which is, sleeping, can't think, thoughts keeping you up at night, and so there's something that is keeping you up. Are you having some issues with your finances? Because I heard in the back of my head over here, finances. Like there's some issue with some finances. You had some setbacks, or you had some repairs. They're making it seem like there were some things that needed to be repaired, and it's costing you, and you weren't expecting these costs, and so it's causing you a financial setback, and you want to know when you're going to get out of this financial setback. I don't know if this is true because you're not responding, but that's what I'm getting. And they're saying, hold on through the tide. Like the tides are going to get a little bit more turbulent before they get better. So I don't see it thinning out or getting, being much better for the rest of the year. Like you're really going to have to budget and you're really going to have to like increase your income or your whatever way you can to get more money in order to make it through this situation, or you're going to have to cut back a lot. So it seems like it's a turbulent situation. And I heard through no fault of your own, just a series of you know, things that happen, and come the beginning of the year, things could get better. But they're saying it depends on how you end this year. Like, are you going to end it where you work more, make more money, and get yourself out of financial hole, or are you going to kind of sulk about it and woe is me and let it keep you down? So it's grayed out for me. So those are choices that you need to make. How are you going to power through this? How are you going to make it forward? But it does seem like there is a sad situation and that you are having rough financial situations. So that's what I got done.
I had the very first card that popped out was we have the hangman, and so of course the hangman in this situation, it's not about. I mean, the hangman can represent a few things. It can represent being stuck. It can represent not wanting to make a decision or not being able to make a decision. In this situation, though, I just get this strong feeling that that when it is used with this card, it's you holding yourself flat back, Blue Ocean. Okay, this is you not letting loose, not allowing yourself to enjoy life. And this is an interesting situation because again, this is the party card, but this is saying I'm not going to the party. I'm not arriving. I'm not doing what it takes to enjoy the party, to enjoy life. And you have to do it. You have to do it. And it's time for it because change is necessary. This is the card. This is the Empress. It's time for renewal. It's time to start over again, to allow yourself to enjoy Start enjoying life a little bit. Let go, let God. I mean, if you can't control it, if whatever you do cannot control the outcome, then don't worry about it because it's not yours. It's not on your shoulders. So start a new leaf, turn over a new leaf, start a new way of thinking, whatever. But the point is, this is a great opportunity to do it, a great time to do it. Again, you're so structured, you're so bound by society, by religion, by whatever it is that holds you back, by these ideas of what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to behave. And again, let go of this. Open up a new way of thinking for yourself and give yourself a break. I mean, you're your hardest critic. If you want to look and blame somebody for whatever's going on in your life, look no further than you because again, you've wrapped yourself and hemmed yourself into a point where you're not having it. And again, all you do is you cause yourself heartache, you cause yourself pain, and you cause yourself frustration. So get to work, and start appreciating the many benefits you bring to a social situation, the many benefits you bring to yourself, and allow yourself a little relief and start enjoying life a bit. Stop beating yourself up. That's what I get, Angie.
And the card that I kept seeing was the Six of Swords. That's how they showed it to me with the water like that, and then the what was feeding the water was your tears. Like that's what was making the boat so turbulent. But with the six, you're actually transitioning over to calmer waters. So you're getting there. It's just how are you going? Are you going in a boat that's shaking where there's no stability, where you're choosing um, to be at odds or be upset with your situation, or are you powering through it and making it on? It's like you're crying out for help, but not really realizing that a lot of the decisions you have to make and how you need to move forward. So I'm getting that it is going to remain turbulent for a while, but it's also based on the choices that you make. So asking, what's coming next, what's coming next, what are you going to do next? How are you going to make changes in your life? What steps are you going to take next? That's what's coming next, whatever you decide to come next. Manifesting it's that season now where everybody's trying to manifest or everybody's on that momentum of manifesting. What do you want? What are you asking for? What are you trying to connect to? What are you trying to do? So the decisions are yours. Where a lot of people want to say, oh, I just want to know what spirit wants me to do. They want you to do whatever it is that you want to do. Like it's a co-creation thing. Work with the forces that are trying to that can help you move forward. So that's what I got.
Super. So with that said, hopefully it resonates with you, um, Blue Ocean. And next in line is Deb. And hold 1 second, I'll look up Deb's thing and pop it up there. Deb, did you get a question? I can't recall. I think I asked for it, and I can't remember if it was there or not. Let me look at my pinned things here. Deb, 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 Deb. Nope, I don't see it. Deb, did you give us a question? General, please. There you go.
My most favorite is question next to a love question. Um, when I ask what is for Deb's highest and greatest good, because if you don't give me a subject answer, I just ask what's for your greatest and highest good. I heard the song Hopeless by Dion Ferris. Hopeless as a penny with a hole in it. So are you hopelessly in love with somebody, or are you in that romantic feeling where you want to be in love? Um, Again, it's nighttime. So there's either secrecy, like you like someone and you haven't told them, or like I just keep hearing that song replaying over and over and over in my head, hopeless as a penny with a hole in it. And so that's a love, that's a love song. Like, you just want to be with this person, and you are hopelessly in love with them. Um, I hear the kids can manage. So, are you holding back your dating life because of raising the kids or because you're doing things for your family? Because I heard the kids can wait. Like you can get out and live your life. Um, and you can get out and live your life and the kids will still be okay. You don't have to monitor every single thing that they do, is how they're making it seem for me. And so you could just get out and live your life. And so that's all I'm getting. It's all about love. And I just keep hearing that song over and over. So I'm not getting any additional information. I'll shuffle while you do your reading down, but that's all I keep getting is that hopeless song by Deion Ferris, and that the kids can wait and you need to get out and live your life now.
Okay. Ooh, love this card. The World card. The World card. The next is the Two of Coins. Okay, what are we getting here? Okay, this is interesting because the World card. I don't know. Right now, it's interesting, Deb. Right now, you are at a precipice, at a point where you can. Again, it's interesting. You're getting all this coins, and now you have cups, which is happiness. But most importantly, is that World card and the Two of Cups, so two of coins. And so it's like you're in an you're being presented, or you soon will be presented with an opportunity, and that opportunity. This is the presentation, by the way, the opportunity. That's that page. So they're bringing you an opportunity will be delivered to you, and that opportunity is going to give you the chance to, if you make the right decision, to change your financial outlook on your life. It's going to be such a good change, and that's what this card is. It's the World card, and it's interesting because again, no matter which choice you take, because there'll be more than one choice, but no matter which one you take, it's going to be well for you. It's going to go well for you. However, the one is going to be the one choice is going to be like the one that's going to take you to definitely a higher level of finances. So I don't know if this is like a new job or maybe an opportunity, a business or an investment or something. Be very aware of what's coming your way because again, this is coming your way, and when you see it, make sure you take advantage of the opportunity. If you miss this, again, you're not going to. It's not going to be bad for you. It's just that if you miss it, it's not going to. You're going to miss an opportunity that's pretty damn amazing from what I'm seeing. And look at this, the Ten of Cups. This opportunity, if you choose it, is going to make you a very, very happy person. Again, it's going to alter your entire life. So I hate to be so over the top, but this is over the top. This is one of those opportunities. This is a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity. So be aware that you're entering a phase, a time, a cycle where an opportunity is coming knocking. And if you don't take advantage of this opportunity, you may not see it come along again. But if you take advantage, your economic picture will change drastically and for the better. So keep that in mind. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And just again, this is the Queen of Wands. This is that loving, caring, nurturing soul that's sitting there and will do the analysis for you. So again, you're going to be you will have to do some analysis. But oh yeah, like loving it. That's the page again. So page news is coming in. So be prepared for that, Deb.
She mentioned that it's hard to get around because she just has spinal fusion. And I heard Spirit say, well, we understand that. And, take your time to rest. But once you're all healed and able to move, then these opportunities, then these things are coming along and you need to be ready for them. But they're also saying, you know, you've raised your children. It's time for you to now move forward with your life. Like you're still too concerned in their everyday routine, like everything that they do and all that they do. And I keep hearing it's a bit of an excuse, like I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do that, and a way not to deal with your own situation and your own love life. Move forward on it. What do you want? What is it that you're seeking? And so they're saying opportunities are coming. Once you're healed and ready, are you going to? It's your choice to make at that time.
Not only that, but Deb, who said that opportunity comes knocking for those who can walk? Who said that opportunity comes to those who can stand up? Who says that opportunity comes only to those who can see? Who says opportunity comes only to those who can hear? I did not put a limitation on that, and nor did Spirit. Spirit didn't say, okay, you can't see, so I'm not going to give you anything. Spirit didn't say, okay, you can't hear, so I'm not going to give you anything. Spirit did not say, yes, you may not be able to walk well, but I'm not giving you anything. That is not what Spirit said. And if you want to live in if you want to dwell in the I can't because, then you can do that. But that's the warning about the missing the opportunity. They're well, opportunity, wealth, good things, all these things happen in many different aspects. It's not saying you have to get up and walk to the mailbox to get a letter that says this. It's not saying anything like, it's not, again, it's nothing about your ability or inability at all. I'm saying opportunity is coming, and when it comes, take advantage. Opportunity comes in many ways. There are people who are online who make a fortune online doing things and posting things. They don't have to walk. They don't have to move. They can sit in their chair all day long if they choose to. There are other people who do day trading. My point is again, your limitation is you're putting it's on your brain. You took and put these right here. You're like, okay, I can't turn my head. I can't see anything because I don't want to. And I'm telling you, stop doing that. And I'm telling you, that's the warning that they're giving me, is that if you allow yourself to buy in to the fact that because you may not be as mobile as you wish, opportunity won't come. I'm telling you, opportunity doesn't give a damn if you're mobile or not. That has nothing to do with it. Opportunities come in knocking. It's the question is, are you going to be ready to take the opportunity when it comes? And if you don't, that's fine. You'll do okay. But if you do, and you get out of your own way and stop with this, I can't, and start doing the I can, then guess what? You're going to see the opportunity when it arrives, and you're going to be happy. And one more thing, every morning, I don't give a damn about what you can and cannot do. You should be waking up every morning and using the affirmation that I put on here often. And you should be very, very clear. I believe in infinite abundance. My wants and needs are always met. You should be saying that every morning, because that is a positive way to start your morning, instead of another morning that I can't get up and walk, another morning that I'm limited. You see the difference?
You know, we get a lot of people, we'll say, oh, I see opportunities come. Oh, I can't work. The doctor said I can't work. Oh, I can't work. I'm disabled. And you're disabled to the degree that you allow yourself to be disabled. Again, I say all the time, there are individuals that I work at my second job who only have the use of one arm, who have, other physical disabilities or physical issues, and they still come in and do the same job that I do, with whatever accommodations that we have to make for them, but they're there. And so the limitations is on what you put on it. Listen, I'm short, and you know what I do? My legs ain't long, so I wear short dresses to make my legs look long. I can't grow my legs any longer. I can't make them any longer. I deal with what I have. That's my limitation. My legs are short, so I wear short dresses to make them look long. But everybody has something that they don't, that is causing them some kind of disadvantage or some kind of issue. It may not even be a disadvantage. What are you going to do with it? The one thing that I always say here, you're not going to get a pity party. We'll give you incentives and we'll give you information on how to move forward, but you're not going to get a pity party to be like, oh no, well, I'm so sorry that you can't. You can. It's about what you can will yourself to do and what you'll decide to do. So that's all I have.
And Deb, I'll tell you, you've heard this from me before. I've said it on here before. So for those of you who've heard it, close your ears because you're going to be bored to tears. But I will tell you, I was on the board of Daring Adventures, which is a local organization here in Phoenix. And we took people who thought that their lives were incomplete from this point forward, that they couldn't hike anymore, they couldn't go rafting anymore because they were in a wheelchair. And do you know what? We would take them hiking up the Camelback. We would take them on a 7-day whitewater rafting trip down the San Juan River. And for 7 days, people who are in wheelchairs would water raft part of the day, get off, then they would set up their campgrounds and camp at night, and then have a circle and discuss what they experienced and how cool it was and all that. And the next morning, get back in the boat again and go down the river further. 7 days. These are people who are in wheelchairs. These are people who will not walk again, who have no activity with their legs, who cannot use their legs from the waist down. And yet they were doing incredible things, and they wanted to get out and do things. So when somebody comes to me, and especially with this one, after I have seen what our organization did and what people can do if they want to do it, I don't buy into the fact I can't. My question is how can I? That's the way you should always flip it. I can't do that. How can I do that? That's the question. How can I do that? How can I make that happen? That's the better way to see it, because the I can't is I don't own it. The how can I make it happen is I now own it and I'm going to achieve it. It is a very positive way of seeing the same situation. And so I get off my soapbox, but I will tell you, I've seen it over and over again. These amazing people. My sons, both of my sons have gone on those trips, and both of my sons have helped those folks do these trips. And when you see those people come back and their smiles are so big and they're just elated, thinking, I've done something I never thought possible, you will never again think, I can't. You will just flip it and say, how can I make this happen? So off my box, I'm good. Sorry. I just seen it firsthand. I've lived it.
She says she knows where that location is that you're talking about in Arizona. I don't know if she's in Arizona, but she says she knows where that is.
Camelback's in Arizona. San Juan River is up through Utah and comes down through. So yeah, or is it Colorado? I think I think it's Utah, but it could be Colorado. And Blue Angels 14. Nice to see you. That's all I can say.
I read it like, oh, okay. There's a lot
Exactly.
going on there.
Yes.
Like Linda says, life is about attitude. The other day, she says the other day on her way to the store was a man walking in extreme heat on crutches with one leg amputated from the knee down. God bless him and all that. And it's about making things happen the way that you need them to happen.
Yep.
Whatever you're dealt with and moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she says she's currently in Toledo.
And she's
I'm
from
from
Michigan.
Michigan too, Miss Deb. Me and Keena, we're from Michigan. You went from the hot to the cold. There's no way, after experiencing all these years of warm weather, that I will go back to Michigan and live in the all that coldness. No, I just can't do it. Mentally, my mind would probably shut down, and my body just would not move. Like we're not going. We
So
just not going.
you went from Michigan to Arizona and then to Toledo, Ohio. I will not say anything about Toledo, Ohio, but really, just saying.
That's all I'm saying. Oh Lord.
Lord, I just lost a number of people that clicked off. They're like, nope, I'm done.
It's gonna be. Get ready for the cold. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. And God bless you for moving back to the cold because the Lord help the child. I'm not. I'm
Hmm.
not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Love won't let me. Listen, if we in love and you be like, oh, we moving back to Ohio, you're moving back to Ohio. I'm not. We're not. It's
Absolutely, absolutely.
we're
Somebody
not
was
moving back to any place where it's cold at all. Let's check that off the list. Cold? No, no, no. Rebecca
Rebecca.
said, don't hate on the East Coast. Love the East Coast. Not living there. No, no.
Yeah, and Ohio. Well, I guess you could say it's on the East Coast, but remember, Ohio. There is Maryland, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and then Ohio's over here. So Ohio isn't on the coast so much, but I get what you're saying. Look. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, so you can trash Baltimore if you want, but I'm defending Baltimore. But other people say, "You really? Would you go to Baltimore?" I grew up there. I love it, and I love Maryland. But so I know Ohio, and I have family in Ohio. I have family in West Virginia. I know it well. I'll put it that way.
I love the city that I'm from, but I don't need to frequent it that often.
Yeah.
I get it.
So,
All
so
right,
next,
Keena, who's next?
exactly. Now that I've trashed part of the country.
Tina Simpson says she would love to move down south. I'm a little leery of the South because the South always think they will rise again, and I just be like,
Especially these days.
so thank you. Plus, when we
Especially
were a
these days.
child, we went down south every year. That was our thing for 2 weeks. We would go to visit my dad's family in Arkansas, and then his friend, um, he had a best friend who had family in Louisiana. So I think we would do like that Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, all down up in there. Like we might go here, 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 and it just wasn't the most beautiful place for me. So the memories are not the greatest. So no, thank you. All I just remember is country, bugs, mud, dirt roads, dirt sidewalks, dirt, 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 dirt. No, thank you.
Well, I'll tell you what. We used to travel. We bought a house in Western Maryland because I'm, of course, from Baltimore. My family's from West Virginia, and so I bought a house in Western Maryland, and then we would drive sometimes from Houston all the way, and we'd bring our dogs with us and so forth, or we would just drive in our in our car in a Rover. We'd take it up and drive 18 hours to get there and enjoy it. But it's funny. One time, Ed was coming back by himself. I stayed to do some stuff, and I was going to fly back later. And I was very concerned with which route he was going to take, because the one route brought him down through Georgia, from North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, the tip of Georgia, and into Mississippi, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and into Texas. And I was worried for him because I'm like, a Latino man driving through those states. I don't know. I don't think so. I was very worried. And so we actually found a direction that took him through Kentucky into Memphis and then down through, but we still had to go through Arkansas, which is still not much better. But but he also avoided East Texas, because East Texas toward Louisiana, Vider. I'll just leave it there.
Exactly. Exactly.
And Vider hasn't changed that much, I can assure you. So I'm like, Ed, do not stop there. Keep going on I-10. Stay on I-10. Just go ahead to Houston, Houston, Houston. So Terry T says, my question is, do you see a man coming my way soon? Lol. like we told Linda, if we can put a man on the moon, we can put one on you, Terry.
Okay, so they took me back to a scene that I had seen for Terry T before, where he is standing in front of this large background. It's like in an office setting or in some kind of big corporate building. I do know that. And there is this big green or red background or display, and it seems to be a Christmas display. And you're standing there and you're talking to someone in front of that display. And then I heard short term, not long term. And so they had they showed me the clock, and it was like this. It was going to 3 o'clock, but the emphasis was on the short on the shorthand or the little hand. So it's short time. Like, you will meet someone, but it will be short term. They're telling me that right now the significance is to build your career, get your career established, get a stronghold on your career. Like, you've just graduated, get a stronghold on your position, on your career, and then other things will come in. Along the way, yes, you will have some flings, and that's their word, or some short-term relationships, but I don't see the long-term one coming in anytime soon. And then I got the Page of Cups, and for me, the Page of Cups is usually a younger individual. Oh, and it was stuck to the Nine of Pentacles, so which is your wish, which is your desires. So are you not looking for a long term? Because these two cards were stuck together. I got the the Page of Cups, which is bringing information. For me, that's emotions, that's love, that's dealing with new opportunities. So I feel like they're bringing you in information about a relationship, like something's coming, some information is coming. And the information could be like, oh, go to this event. Oh, go to this place. Like, the way that they show it to me is like, it's a happenstance that you meet these people. It's not like, oh, such and such hooked you up, or you were on an app. You were going about your regular life and these things happen. So that's what that is. That means, yes, something is coming. And then the Nine of Pentacles is just what you want. Have you put out there what you want? What do you want in this mate? Do you want long term? Do you want short term? Do you just want some hot and heavy right now? Or do you just want, or are you really looking to settle down? I'm getting that it's going to be some short term situations until you're established with your career, and then you'll move forward with more of a long term person after you're established in your career and you kind of know, because I feel like it's going to be a little bit hectic with schedule changes and things like that, position changes. Like, I feel like you're going to have 2 or 3 position changes quickly. Like, you're going to go here, then maybe a couple of months later here, and then a couple of months later here. They're all promotions. None of them are lateral. They all seem to be moved up, but you're going to need to establish career before love. And that's what I got down.
Super. I've kind of got the same energy that again, you have got to get yourself set up for life and where you're headed, because I see you making a move. I see you relocating or moving and get settling in there before anything comes along. And it's probably in your best interest to do that, because again, if you get into a situation too soon, it's going to alter you from your primary thing right now, which is again getting settled into your nursing career and making that your life. So again, focus on that, get situated, and then do that. Okay, that's what I'm seeing.
They're also making it seem like he's all in. Like once he's in a relationship, he's consumed by the relationship. So if you were to get in a relationship now, he would lose kind of a little bit of the focus because it's like, oh, well, I'll pass on that and go do this. Will this job allow me to have as much entertainment freedom or freedom to do what I want to do instead of working? So they're saying very much so establish that career, get that settled, and then move forward with the love.
Yep, exactly.
He
Yep.
said, "Yep, that sounds like him, being all in." And there's nothing wrong with being all in. They do want me to say that there's nothing wrong with being all in, but they're saying there's a time and a place, and at this time, it's more of the emotional, it's more of the physical loving and the emotion, just a little bit of attention that you need to get you through, but not the long term that you really want to take you all the way to your forever. You're not quite at the forever yet.
No, no, and then you're going to go through a few Mr. Right Nows before you get to Mr. Right. So know that, but let happen. You want that experience. So again, let that experience happen. Okay. Who is next? Hopefully it helps, Jerry T.
And again, congratulations. We're so happy for you. And keep letting us know about your career advancement because it's going to come back to back to back. And you're again gonna be surprised, but it's coming like very fast for you. 7733 wants a love reading. Of course. So I'm assuming you want to know is love coming or you're not in a current relationship. When people say love reading, it can mean any. I'm pretty sure this means love of another, like a romantic love, and not the love of a family. Um, I'm gonna definitely have to go to the cards because I am getting nothing at all, not even a little bit of information psychically. Um, I'm getting more of an exasperated feeling. So I'm assuming that maybe you're frustrated with your dating process or the way things are going in your love life at this time. Um, not having a lot of opportunities or a lot of prospects. Feeling like, what is it? Like I hear, what is it about me that people don't like? Or what is it about me that people are not gravitating to me or not staying with me? So I'm getting let me see if I'm getting anything about that. Like why is that happening? I hear authentic you. Are you being authentic you? Like if you're a sports person, are you displaying your sports, whatever it is about sports? If you're a gaming person, is that what, like, are you being authentically you or are you in a setting and you're being what you think the crowd wants you to be? So I get be authentically you. Like if that's, wild hair or wild clothes or if that's extra dressed up, like whatever it is, like, okay, so when I say authentically you, when we decide to go out, everybody knows I'm going to wear a dress and I'm going to wear a short dress. I was going out with a group of friends and everybody was like, I knew you were going to wear a dress. I knew you were going to wear a short dress. I wear dresses when we go out because I like to wear dresses because again, short legs, short dress, make the legs look longer. So authentically you, whatever that is, you, everybody else may wear pants, everybody else may wear, may dress down, but that's how they know that it is an expectation that that's what I'm going to be. If someone had an expectation on you, what would it be? Are you authentically being you? Are you authentically being who you're supposed to be? Or are you being what you think this person wants you to be? Because the problem is if you're not who you want, who you truly are, when you let that mask down or that guard down, or you become truly who you are, um, they may not think that they know you, or it's kind of like you get frustrated with being the person that they think you are instead of the person that you are. That I can remember having a past relationship and I repeatedly said, just be you, not who you think I want to be exactly who you are. And I could tell this person was not authentic to who they were. They were altering their behavior to match what they thought I wanted. And then when they actually were who they were, I didn't like who they were. Because and I feel like had you just let me know this in the beginning, we could have moved past this. So be whoever you are, and you will gravitate and attract the people who like you for who you are, whether that's, liking scary movies or gaming or whatever it is. I keep hearing be authentically you, and you will attract who is supposed to come to you. I don't see anything on the horizon. I just get authentically you. Be authentically you. And that's what I got down.
Hello, Roxanne. Hey, we haven't seen you in a while, so it is good to see you here. Welcome in. Yeah, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Um, and CIO. I don't know if it was you or Roxanne. One of the two of you, I don't know, but because Roxanne caught my attention and I was focusing on Roxanne's name. But one of you, CIO, were you married? Were you married and your husband has passed? Or Roxanne, is it you whose husband passed? Husband's name Bob. Again, did you lose a husband about a year or two ago named Bob? I think you guys were actually divorced, but he's an ex-husband. Um, Roxanne or CIO, does that fit either one of you? Because both of you were, I was paying attention to both of you and saying hello to each of you when that came to me.
I didn't get hot, Don.
Bob did not come to visit you. So, CO, it wasn't you. Okay, how about you, Roxanne? Or anybody else? Does anybody else here have an ex-husband, Bob, who crossed over?
Bob,
Um,
Robert,
Bob,
Bobby.
yep, Bob. The reason why Bob is because my dad came to me and my father's name is Robert. And last two times, remember I ignored that. And I'm like, nope, I ain't doing that again. So it's Bob. And so again, somebody whose ex-husband is Bob, who passed over about a year and a half ago. He was remarried, by the way. He was remarried, and he had three kids with you. I think it's three kids. If that resonates with anybody, let me know. We can continue on because maybe they're just not here. I don't know, but I'm
That's
getting
all I got for 7733 is like like I didn't see anything coming. I can't even say it's coming. All I can say is be authentically you. That's what I got. Was be authentically you.
next is Natural Divine Goddess, and she wants a general reading.
Okay.
Hmm.
They're showing me a Tetris board where you move things around, like you have all these resources, and how are you going to line them up to make the completed roles that you need? So I feel like you're reorganizing the place where you keep all your products, and I see you like moving things around, like put this here, put this there. No, I don't like it here, I like it there, so that it'll be more visually appealing when you do your lives. So I'm getting like you're moving stuff around and just kind of organizing and get resettled in. Like you think you like it one way and then you change it and you want it a different way and then you change it and you want it a different way. They're saying that's okay. That's your feng shui, your way of mentally settling in. And so it's okay to try all these different things until you get it. It seems like it's a lot of moving. And I said, they said, no, you're not going to break Kenny's back by helping him, having him move all this stuff around. Move this here, move that here, do this, do that. So they're saying, it's okay for you to find your flow and get everything settled the way it is, because you seem like a person who needs to be like organized, or your space needs to be in a functional situation. They're saying go ahead. That's your adjustment. It's okay to make that adjustment and to organize things the way that you want them to be, so they're visually appealing to you. Like things need to be visually appealing to you for you to be like, okay, I'm settled. I can, receive the energy. I can, work with the energy and do what I want to do. So they're like they're really showing me the eye and then visually appealing, making things the way you want it to do, like buying new displays and buying new storage bins and just getting things set up really cute. So when you walk in, you're kind of at all yourself, like, oh my God, this is mine, this is my shop. And then they're giving me like a remember when, like as you expand, it's a remember when. Remember when I only had that little room? With all my product in there, and now look where I am, and look how much I've expanded. So um, they're saying it's okay. You know, it's getting yourself settled and then moving forward with that. So that's what I got.
Super. We had two people who think that maybe Bob could represent them. One was,
Blue
um,
Angel 14.
yeah, they said that, but they said that he died in 2002. I don't think so. This is a newer death, so I don't think that's him. But the numbers add up because again, it's the sister, two girls, and him, and his name is Robert. But I don't think it's him. And then Brenda, you said that your ex died, and his name was Bob. But Brenda does because he's telling me something about legal action. Was there a legal action after he passed? And he's also talking about three kids. Did he have three kids? Total, or three with the next wife? Did he get remarried or something? Because I'm getting a legal action after his death, and not a probate. It's not really I mean, this is a conflict. So again, it could be a conflict in a probate case, but it was a conflict. And then I'm getting three kids. So would that resonate with you, Brenda?
Hi, Janet St. Julia.
DG Crib, the list is closed for the evening, so there's no more readings on the list available. So she says, I don't know about any legal actions and only two daughters that I know of. He died from Alzheimer's. Okay, so one daughter was yours and one daughter was from another marriage. Is that how it works? Because I'm seeing three, and I don't know why the three. But because I'm seeing again, he's giving me three. Um, so But anyway, this could be for you because again, the legal action is something. Again, the legal action is the key to this because he's apologizing for having left something open to where there was required legal action. So he's here to apologize for that. He's also mentioning the word Lizzie, the name Lizzie. Brenda, does Lizzie resonate with you? Because he's giving me the name Lizzie. So, yes, one is my daughter. She was married a bunch of times. Oh, okay. So there may be another child out there we don't know about. Does Lizzie ring a bell though? Because again, he's mentioning Lizzie. Welcome in, Apexa Meta. Apexa Meta, I thought we read for you already one time. So I'm surprised you're new here because I thought I'd seen your name pop up before. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's that one, Brenda, but again, the legal action is the thing he's apologizing for. He's apologizing for not having brought closure to it, where he didn't put anybody through legal action after his death. So if there's a legal situation, this could be him.
Blue Angel said there was a trial. 2 men got convicted of the murder, arson, life in prison, may have one other child. They don't know.
Oh, so I don't know. Maybe it is that. It seemed like a more recent thing. So no matter which way it is, he's apologizing for having created a situation where again the legal stuff was required after the death, and so he's coming into like a mea culpa is what this is. So if it's for you, then take that and hopefully that resonates. Okay. Interesting.
Hi, Judy.
Who is next on the list then?
Did you finish Naturally Divine?
Oh, I didn't even go there because didn't we do CEO?
I just did Naturally Divine. It was about getting her room ready or getting her space organized and getting all together.
Yep. Don, picking up. Natural Divine Goddess, are you going to tell me, show me the cards?
I thought she was going to say, are you going to pick up them cards and show them to me?
Exactly. That's what when I saw that thing, I was going to laugh and say, I expected her to say that. Judy
You know
Nails.
what? That's how I read it in my mind, but then I had to be like, oh no, that's not what she said.
Exactly. Judy Nails says, I love your daily minutes. Thank you, Judy. I do a daily download. What she's talking about is I do daily download. It's on SMT Daily Download. It's on its own YouTube channel. I also post it on Sonoran Mystic Tarot, my Facebook page, and my Instagram page, and my TikTok. So if you have a chance, check it out. And it's a new one every day, and it's free card pull, and you decide what number and so forth. So check them out. Thank you for mentioning that, Judy. I appreciate it. I enjoy doing them. There's a lot of energy that comes with that. And so she says, hot dog, I was forgotten. Hell yeah, Angie. Don, show me the card. I'll never forget that. That was funny as hell.
Are you gonna show me the cards?
Exactly.
What card did you pull?
I know. Remember, I was like, okay, I'll show you, and I like, no. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, have mercy. Look what's right in front of you. Naturally, divine goddess. Look what's in front of you. I have celebration, celebration, celebration.
Oh
So
wow, two
come
good
ahead,
celebrations.
and it's time for you to stand up and take charge, because this is the what I call, excuse the French, but this is the bitch card. This is like, you know what? I'm big, tall, and I'm moving forward because
I like
I'm
her. I
large
like
and
when
in
I
charge.
see her.
Absolutely. Don't take no crap. Won't give no crap. Don't give a damn. Take charge, you know? Large and in charge. So it's time for you to be large and in charge and get out of this feeling of being stuck. Move forward and start, because celebrations are right in front of you. You are getting close to what you wanted. You're getting close to where you needed to be. It's going to happen. Keep moving forward. Look at this on the bottom of the deck, the overall energy, rise and above. That's that celebration. So what more can you say? What more can you say? Just
I
keep
also
moving.
got something. Oh, go ahead, Don.
No, that was it. Just keep moving. Yep.
I also got something about like getting secret information. Like they're showing me like geometric codes and things like that. Like they're showing me all kinds of things. Like you being really interested in the shape of things, the way, how things are made, how they're built, how they're put together. Like you noticing things like that, and they're saying though that's a part of your downloads. Like you noticing the shape of things, the color of things, like the points, the corners, the angles on things, and and all of that information is necessary. Like they keep saying secret geometric codes. Like you may just be getting to the tip of realizing that information, but it's going to make sense later as it all comes together, because they literally show you moving like space and time, or like moving things in another realm, like moving things around, moving shapes around, bending things and doing things. So I do feel like there's a lot of secret, is the word that they use, information that you're downloading and receiving, and you're receiving it all and you're not questioning it, but it'll make sense as it goes along. Like it'll build and you'll get more information about it. So that's what I got. Sacred geometry, yes, that's what Lewis is saying. Yes. Yep, sacred geometry. I kept
Um,
saying geometric codes, but yeah, along that line.
oh, geez, somebody said something. Oh, Linda was mentioning that she wished I would put dates on the daily downloads. I used to do that. When I first started, I put the dates on the daily downloads, but Spirit kept telling me that, you know what, it's when you find them, they were meant for you. And so when I do them, it's, even though I do them for that day, it's one of those things that when you find that one, no matter what day you find it, whether it was the day I made it or another day, that's the time it was meant for you. And so that's why I don't do that anymore. And Shelly, to answer your question, you're not on the list. I took the list myself, got it right here, and I wrote down everybody that was on the list. You came in a little later, unfortunately, so you're not on the list. But so no, you didn't make the list. And if I had mentioned earlier, I don't think I did, but if I mentioned to you,
I was gonna say I don't recall. I recall, like I remember you saying the list is closed, and then her coming in asking for a question. So I don't recall you saying that she was on the list.
yeah.
And we'll go back and look. Like, please don't try to confuse us. You know, it don't take much of us to be like, did I say that? But I
Yeah.
don't recall him saying that you were on the list.
Yeah, and I created the list before Kina came in, and then I sent it to Kina. I typed it in for Kina. So again, the list that Kina has, if anybody, you can blame me because I'm the one that wrote the list, and that's the list that Kina has. So But unfortunately, no, you came in after the list was closed. With that said, next in line is who? Or is it whom? I don't know. I'll figure it out.
We say, look, you say that every week. And we're
I
like,
know. I've got to
I
figure
don't
it out.
know.
I know. It drives me crazy. I'm like, I've got to figure that one out. Hello.
I read what is the best course of action moving forward. They said, are you applying for jobs? Like, what the best course of action is if you lose one job to apply for the next job. Like, what are you going to do to get more income? Literally, they said that's a common sense question. I lost this stream of income. How do I regain another stream of income? Apply for more jobs, look for more jobs. I do see opportunities. I do see you sending out, I do see multiple interviews. I see at least 3 interviews um, for you coming up, at least 3 before you decide on which job you want. So I do see that there are options, but they're saying at least get out there and look into some other fields and look into some other areas. And I'm also hearing make sure you choose the job based on the how it fits for your life. Is it do I have to go in the office? Is it remote? Is it far? Is the drive long? Is it early in the hours, late hours? Is it something that I want to do? Is it what I want to do? And so that's what they're saying is like make your choice. Like, you need to start applying, but they're saying, and I see like your resume just going out, out, out. Like when they show me like a spider web or something like that, it's like a web of information going out and they're just showing hits. Like you're going to have to apply for a lot of jobs. The job isn't going, they're making it seem like, but they're saying opportunity isn't just going to come and knock on your door. You're literally going to have to get on the grind and find this job and get yourself back on track. But I do see opportunities. I see the Ace of Wands for me. That's new work activities, new creativities. But they're saying think outside the box. What other ways can you see to make money to supplement until you get the job that you want, or to make other streams of income so that you're not in a situation where your only stream of income is now gone. And so they're saying get out and get on the grind. Like it's going to be a lot of sweat of your brow. Like, you're really going to have to get out and make these things happen. Spirit isn't just going to be like, hey, here's 2 jobs right here, go. They're saying apply and then put out there what you want and it'll happen for you. So I do see new opportunities, but you're also creating the opportunities. You have to be proactive in your life to make these things happen. So that's what I got on moving forward. Be proactive, apply for jobs, and be prepared to do multiple interviews before you settle in on one job for that you will do for a long term. So that's all I got, Don.
Super. Hopefully that resonates with you. Let
She
us know.
says she's nervous about her sudden amount of free time. Go walking, be in nature, take a yoga class, take a swimming class, clean, reorganize. They're giving me a whole bunch of opportunities and things that you could do in order to fill up your space. Like it's all about your world. Like who's mad at free time? Like you can watch TV, you can do crafting activities, you can reorganize the house, you can go out for walks, you can go and meet people. You now have time. They're saying to go to dinners and lunches and happy hours and things that you didn't have time to do. Now you now have that thing, but you need to make sure you have balance. They're showing me that 2 of coins. Do you have the balance? Will the resources, the money and everything balance out with all the activities you want to do? And so either get back out there into the employment world or enjoy this time. So that's all I'm getting.
Oh, sorry, I was just being ugly as I was typing there.
So that's all I got for Miss Angelique. And I always love that name. I always say I love the name Angelique. And literally, um, was that my mom? I think my mom used to call me Angelique. And I'm like, well, why'd you name me what you named me and then call me something else? Angelique would have been a perfectly nice name, but
Mhm.
it is what it is. I do like that name.
Absolutely. Um, Yeah, I just again, I think this is more of a just a counseling thing instead of a psychic thing. The question is use your time wisely, put it to use, try to find something new, find something that fits with you better than what you had, and take the opportunity to just reflect. That's a good thing. Next in line will be Lotus Siren. Lotus Siren. Lotus, are you here before we start? Because if you ain't here, we're moving on.
I read this question earlier and I got that the second test she's going to have to retake. So I see the three tests. And ultimately, she will pass them all, but I get like the first one she'll do fine on. She may be a little bit overconfident on the second one and have to retake it. And then the third one she'll pass. So I get ultimately, yes, she will pass. But I got that second one you may have to do over again. But I guess I could just act the pendulum. Is the Lotus Siren going to pass her three tests?
And is Lotus, is this the Series 7 exam that you're talking about?
So I get a yes, you will pass. She says she is here, so she hasn't answered our question.
Yeah, let us know if you're talking about the Series 7 exams that for like a financial advisor or something.
Wait, she said my father had a dream that someone whispered it to him. Whisper what? She said Series 7 and 63.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of sensing. Okay. Okay. Ultimately, you'll pass.
Yeah,
Ultimately, you'll pass. It may not be the first time for each of them, but you'll pass.
yeah.
So,
Again, I got that middle one is going to be the hard one. But ultimately, you'll get it all done.
so there you go. Lotus. Next, and what is the and Angelica? I don't understand, but where that my father had a dream that someone whispered.
I didn't understand either because then I went back to be like, well, what did I say?
I know. I was thinking what the same. I'm thinking, huh? So I don't know. I missed something there.
I even scrolled back to look and I'm like, well, I don't know. What did I say?
So Brenda says it will be who is next. So
And there you go.
there you go.
We'll forget again.
I will forget. I promise. May I get a general reading, please? This is from Mary Ann. Mary, we haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you. Or at least I haven't read
Right.
through
I'm
it.
like, oh, that M part. I don't remember. I haven't seen that in a while. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I heard pull up your bootstraps like you're going to be walking in some thick mud. Like, and for me, the mud is drama and thick, like holding you down, trying to hold you back. You're going to be walking in the mud. Does that also mean like somebody's kind of BSing you if you're like when it says pull up your bootstraps because somebody's BSing you? Is that kind of what that means too?
Oh,
Like,
sometimes it's like put on your boots because the crap's getting high.
right. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's kind of how I got it. Is like maybe somebody's about to feed you some crap right now and you're walking in it. You're deep in it. Like, so for me, you're believing what they're saying and they're saying, put your boots on because it's like they're really laying it on, but they're not. Uh, okay, because I was gonna say they're not being honest, and I heard they're not dishonest, but they're laying it on thick. Like put your boots on because they're laying it on thick. But I get that there's an authenticity to it. I don't get that this person is lying to you. Like you are all the things that they are saying, but it's new to you, so it feels like, wait a minute, it's kind of holding you down. It's holding you back because it's so new to you, not because they're trying to deceive you. Because I didn't get any deceptive energy, but I did get like they're laying it on the compliments, all of this, the things that they're saying about you, and so I'm getting I got strap on, pull up your bootstrap. So that's what I got, and that's all I got down.
I don't know. I got some good energy, Marianne. I got some, yeah, exactly. I think better times are coming. I really feel positive energy that good things are coming for you. So I think that's a wonderful feeling. Um, I don't know I don't know exactly what it is that's coming, but there's something coming along soon that's going to make you very happy. It's again, and it may be like Angie said, once you take control and you pull up your bootstraps and you carry yourself across that finish line, then things change and so forth. But I do see a whole different change of every positive energy around you coming soon, and so be prepared and figure out what's working and what isn't working again, and make those changes to get those bootstraps raised and then move on. Because again, I just feel such a positive energy coming toward you, and that means a shift. There's a shift coming. Let me see if I can see
Yeah, I
it.
also got the Three of Wands, which is kind of waiting on your ships to come in, looking like you planned things out and now you're waiting on this stuff to come in. And so I'm getting that there are things coming in for you, like Don said, like there's good stuff coming in for you.
That's a Tower card. Again, that change I was telling you about. And then there's the Ace of Swords that tells you the new. So it's exactly what I said. Again, I feel something new, and this is that new way of thinking, a new way of doing things, which is going to bring you a whole lot of new energy, which I'm loving. And look at this Judgment. Again, you put the work in, it's finally coming back to you. So again, put the work in. Keep putting the work in. And
I
the work
also got that Three of Cups and that Six of Wands, which is victory and celebration again. So, like you said, Don, there's good stuff coming in. They're not necessarily showing me what it is, but I feel like you already are anticipating and know that it's coming in. And it's just, when is it going to get here? When is it going to get here? Because they're making it seem like there's a no opportunity. And you're like, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Like someone else, or either we've told you that a new opportunity is coming. You're like, when is it coming? When is it coming? And they're like, it's closer, it's coming. I feel like you just had a little bit of a hermit mode or an isolated period where you kind of step back. And then the next thing I got was that victory card, which is that overcoming. Um, uh, like, that Six of Wands is that overcoming. And then that celebration card. So I feel like, just like Don said, things are coming in for you.
super, super. And as a reminder, folks, we'll take a break right here because we need to do our
I love it
so
every time.
don't forget to do that. Like, share, subscribe, follow, comment, all those things, because it keeps the algorithm going, and that's a good thing for all of us. So let's make sure we get that done, please. If you could, that'd be great. Oh, goodness gracious. So next in line is who? I got it right. Next in line is who. You know what? I think when you say it that way, though, it makes me wonder if because I always say it that way now. Because I was saying who is next in line, thinking, well, that's yeah, but next in line is who, and that's where I think it's the whom. So Brenda, check that one for me. Next in line is who, or next in line is whom? Because I think by arranging a sentence that way, it's otherwise. Um, Tina, you need to post your question. Tina, you are next, and you've been asking over and over again when you're coming up, but you haven't given us your question. So Tina, please post your question. Tina Simpson.
I'm like, we got a lot of comments from Tina. We don't have her question.
That's what Kina's saying.
Oh,
Oops,
Kina
no.
said, sorry, she lied. She got it.
So what is the question? Let's see. Do you see a new ability coming in for me? Yes, I see. Let me think. Hold on a second. Patience. Tina, you are so impatient. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Um, I get, and I heard, are you practicing your current abilities? Like, are you utilizing them, or are you just thinking like, oh, what new can I get? What new can I get? They're saying, are you using them in the way that they were giving to you? Like, are you using them for a purpose, or are you just excited about the metaphysical and just like, oh yeah, I just like it, I just like it. So what I'm getting is, are you using the abilities that you have to their fullest? And then when you get a new ability, do you just kind of let go or forget about the other one, because they're making it seem like, oh, it should be a building block. So if you could feel first, and then you can see colors, and then you can see visions, and then you can hear, their building blocks. Don't negate one in order to use the other one. Like, oh, now that I can see stuff, I don't have to do anything else. So I get they're saying that your abilities will come as they will continue to develop, but um I don't see specifically which one it is, but yes, there are additional abilities. It's just tapping into them and opening up and being able to utilize them. They're saying, are you recognizing, like, if you were to start getting information while you're writing in your journal, would you recognize that as automatic writing, or would you recognize that as receiving? Like, everybody doesn't understand how they receive, so they're saying that you're receiving in multiple ways. Are you recognizing all the ways? They're asking me, what abilities do you think that you have now, and how are you using them? That's what they're saying. What abilities do you have now, or do you think that you have, and what ability is it that you want? Because it seems to be something specific that you want. So they're telling me to ask you, what abilities do you think you have now, and what ability is that you want for the future? So that's all I got.
Tina, what I'm getting from you is actually more of a spirit read because I think that it's an aunt and she is here and she died from cancer, from smoking. Does that resonate with you? And she pretty much she's just here to let you know that that's an ability that's coming your way. Is you have to open yourself up to the mediumship because the
Yeah.
mediumship is coming your way. I don't know if you do mediumship or not yet, but that's what
So
that.
I asked, do you know what your abilities are? And she says, I'm not sure. But then when I said, are you using your abilities? You said yes. So is the I'm not sure, you don't know what you want, or you don't know what you have? And if you don't know what you have, how do you know that you're utilizing them to their fullness?
Good point.
You know some of them. Okay, so why are you so anxious about getting more if you haven't even identified all the ones that you have? And so that coincides with what they asked me. Are you using the ones that you have? You're so excited about getting new ones. Do you even recognize all the ones that you have? So they're saying that is the one conversation you need to have with your spirit team. What abilities do I have? Am I using them correctly? How can I expand them? Those are questions that you ask for your spirit team. If you have those abilities, then what are they? Like Don said, your mediumship is going to come, but would you know that that's what's happening if it started to happen? Like, are you recognizing what you have? Again, Tuesday night class, we go through this and we talk about this in depth. This isn't a platform like here where we can talk about it that in depth, but on Tuesday nights we practice, we talk about it, we give you tips, we try to help you to pull all of your abilities through and recognize what they are. So they're saying you need to do a self-reflection and figure out, what abilities do I have? Do I hear? Do I see? Do I just have a general knowing? Do I smell? Do I taste? Do I feel? Like, those are all different ones that you can have, and that's six right there. So if you don't even know which ones out of there that you have, try to recognize which ones you already have, and then figure out, are you using them to the best of their ability? If I'm seeing, how am I seeing it? What am I seeing? Am I practicing? Am I trying? Like, are you actually practicing your ability? If I want to learn how to do a backflip, I probably should practice you doing backflips or doing some kind of tumbling. You can't expect your abilities to get stronger or to continue to develop if you're not utilizing them on a regular basis. And so they're saying, recognize what you have, get control of how to use it, or understand a little bit how to use it, and then other ones will come.
Amen. And Tina, again, did you have an aunt who passed from cancer? Maybe smoking. Again, maybe smoking related. Because again, I'm wondering if this is your gatekeeper. I wonder if this is the gatekeeper or the spirit that's going to connect and take you to that mediumship realm. So, do you have an aunt who passed from, again, cancer? My assumption is the smoking, but I kind of get that. Yeah. Okay. So that's the spirit that's going to help you to connect with spirit on the other side, to help you with the mediumship. So when you speak to her, ask her to help you. She'll help you develop that, because that's your gatekeeper. She's there to help you. So call her, reach out to her, and start acknowledging her She'll probably be the very first person you connect on the other side with that you know of. Okay. And Pam, let us know your question, Pam. We don't apparently don't have a question for you, and you are next. Hope it helps, Shatina. Do 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 do. Pam, Pamela, Pam. Where is your question?
Is Pam who's next?
Yeah, I think so, right? Yes. Do. No questions.
I
Okay.
just read something that says Portland, Oregon is the number one city with the best food. Chicago is number 12th, and New Orleans is 147th.
No, I cannot believe that. No. What?
Portland, Oregon has the number one city with the best food. Then Chicago is 12th, and New Orleans is 147th. I can't even believe that.
To steal a phrase, what you talking about, Willis? That just cannot be. That cannot be. Oh Lord. I've been to New Orleans, and New Orleans has such a diversity of food, as does New York City.
And that's what I said. And then for them to be so far down the list,
Yeah,
147th?
yeah, that doesn't make sense at all.
I don't know who rated it, Pam. It's just something that I just saw pop up on my Instagram, and I'm just like, oh
Probably
my
McDonald's.
gosh. I'm like, oh my gosh. People are always talking about how good and rich the food is in Louisiana.
It is the diversity of food there, and they have a lot of the French influence, and then they have the Cajun influence. Oh my God, it's amazing. I used to love when we went to New Orleans, knowing that I can try pretty much any food from anywhere. It's going to be there. So
Rebecca says she guess she's going to Oregon. Is Rebecca on the list? We've read Rebecca before because I get that
Rebecca is.
something about a job or a partnership. Were you doing, Rebecca? Were you doing business with your spouse or something in some kind of way? Because I get a separation of the business, or that you're each going to go your own way, or something about the business. Is she next? Is she the person that was next?
It's Lewis and then Rebecca.
Oh, because okay, well, I'm sorry. Oh, dang. And it was literally, I saw her name. I didn't even see her question. Is a financial situation going to work out? And so I got the splitting of a business. Like maybe there's two of you working together, and I got the splitting of a business and you going your own way, but you being more successful on your own because I feel like there's a lot of restrictions or there's a lot of um, things that are going on between you and the person that you're working with, and you're not happy with the way things are going, or you're not getting to make as many decisions about how it should move forward. So I feel like you're going to dissolve it, or go your separate ways, and then you'll have your own ideas, and it'll be more lucrative for you. But immediately when I saw your name, I'm like, oh, isn't she the person? She's doing her own thing. He's doing his own thing. We've email back and forth. Okay, well, I got a separation. So maybe that's a separation of the relationship, because I got a separation, everybody going their own way. Like I literally see you going to the left, and I see this person going to the right. And then I see the 9 of cups, which is walking away from something, if I'm not mistaken. No, not 9 of cups, 8 of cups. That's where you're walking away from something or a situation that may not be serving you. That's exactly the word I heard. Walking away from a situation that's no longer serving you. So I do get a separation. So maybe it's a separation of the relationship that I'm getting, and then your financial situation will start. I do see it blooming because you'll be able to make your own decisions, and you'll be able to think it out the box. So I don't know if the relationship is kind of hindering your thought process or how you make your decisions moving forward, but I do get it will pick up, but it's after this separation. And they are clearly showing me two people going this way. And then they're showing me the 9 of cups, but the one person, which I'm thinking is you, and it could be this other person, is walking away in defeat, or in like a little bit of a uh just I'm ready to be done with it kind of way. So what I'm getting at, it's sort of career, but it's also separation. So however separation is work, however that comes out for you. So that's what I got done. She says she's switching careers and is in the works of going back to school.
So are you asking, Rebecca, are you asking, are you making the right choice? I mean, what is it? What is the,
She
get my
says she
question.
wants to leave her current job.
Uh-huh.
So wait, you have a regular 9 to 5 and then you have your own business? So maybe that's what the separation is, because I clearly see once this separation happens, it opens up the doors for your financial freedom, and like you're able, because they're making it seem like you're restricted in some way on what you can do for your personal business. And once you make this separation, you're able to move forward.
But Rebecca, didn't you have, I thought, maybe, I don't know. Are you're into the metaphysical as well, right? And did you have like a metaphysical shop or something? Were you doing a metaphysical shop, or were you doing something with the metaphysical and with your gifts and abilities? And then now you're, I mean, but that's not, again, for your career. I was thinking like something education or healthcare. I'm not sure, but something healthcare. I think I'm not sure, like a nursing situation or something. Not you're not a nurse, but like you worked in a convalescent home or something like that. But I also got this metaphysical vibe. Like you had a metaphysical business at one point, but it didn't really take off the way you hoped. Um, and so now you want to go back to school and get a different career. So, I mean, is that is the am I hitting on something there, or does that not resonate with you? I have an online shop and services. Okay, got that. Okay,
Oh,
good. Yeah.
because we were going to interview her at one point.
Were we?
Mhm.
Okay, good, good, good. Sorry, I don't
We
remember.
talked about it a few while ago, and she emailed me, and we never formally set up a time, but we were going to interview her about what her metaphysical things are.
And so you're going to school for nursing. So again, and so you're in IT currently. You're going to school for nursing, and you're doing the metaphysical. You're hitting the nail on the head. Yeah. So is your question then? Are you on the right track and staying with nursing? If that's the question, stay with it. Absolutely, continue moving forward. Um, and again, it's in demand, and so you're going to definitely have made the right choice. I definitely get that. And no, I don't see you. I don't. Again, the IP isn't really where you need to be or where you want to be. The nursing is more in line with what you do. And the nursing is actually in line with your metaphysical because, again, you like to heal, you like to help, and you like to do things. The IT stuff didn't really fit that category. Again, you're a healer. That's your nature. And so the nursing fits, the metaphysical fits, the IT doesn't. The IT is a fixer, not a healer. And so yeah, stay with your education. Do what you can, do whatever it costs to stay with it and to finish it because it is where you're meant to be. You're aligned with your path. I mean, that's where you're headed. Is you're aligned with your path on that one.
So you're
Okay.
struggling financially.
Well, I'm certain. I'm certain. But you know, I hate to say this because it sounds so trite, but some of the best things that come to us are sometimes the hardest fought for. And so stay with it, fight for it, and it will benefit you in the end.
I get that her heart isn't in IT anymore. Like that may be why she's not really um, moving and advancing in it, because it just isn't what she wants to do. Like advancing in it would be, it just wouldn't be it wouldn't be beneficial to her. It will keep her locked into unhappiness. And this financial situation that she's in is really pushing her to move forward, to push her own business forward, to push with the nursing thing, and to kind of make those a priority over IT. Because if I understand it, IT can pay very well, but if you don't really have a passion for it and it's just kind of what you're doing, then it can be a like a boring, um, irritating, bothersome situation. Like the people that I know who do IT who don't like it, it's kind of like these people get on my nerves every day. But the people who really enjoy it, they thrive in it. They like to create, they like to problem solve, they like to figure things out. And so if you're not on that, if that's not the wavelength you're in, maybe this financial situation is helping you to move forward with your own personal things. But I clearly got a separation. So maybe it's separating from your current job so that you can move forward with your metaphysical and your nursing thing.
Yep. I would tell you this much again. Um, you know, the sacrifice in your life. The sacrifices come in life. The question is, do you sacrifice now? Do you sacrifice later? What's the sacrifice? If you do not stay with nursing and then you're stuck in IT, the sacrifice is being stuck in that IT field. So again, the most do what you can, do what you have to do that. And I'll give you not an unrelated example. It goes back to something we talked about at the very beginning of the show. Loretta Lynn, coal miner's daughter, when she was living in Washington State, her husband would take off for 3 and 4 weeks at a time and disappear. And sometimes she had to feed her kids, go pick dandelions and feed her kids dandelions and find ways to feed her kids because she had 4 kids to feed and he was gone. And the one thing that she did at that time was cleaning houses because she knew and she couldn't make a lot of money. So when she needed, she would went and pick dandelions and made dandelion soup for these kids to feed the kids. So sacrifice paid off for her because eventually, guess what? She became a multimillionaire with 3,500 acre property, and 40 million albums sold, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Again, everybody is different. I'm not saying that's going to happen to you, but what I'm saying is that there's a time for sacrifice, and so is it now? Is it later? It's a trade-off. It's a trade-off. Sacrifice and live in hell and unhappiness with IT for years, or sacrifice now, do what you have to do to stay in the nursing school and get it done, and then move into what you were on your path for, and that is a healer. So that's what I'm coming back to. So
So yeah, whatever your passion is, that's how you're going to move forward. But I am seeing that your financial situation will be over. You're just going to have to battle through it. Like, oh, that's the example I was going to give is that, like, again, I always say I have 2 other jobs that pay the bills and take care of my wants and needs. But this is what I enjoy doing, like the class with Don. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is heavy metaphysical and heavy or actually Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because they are all things that I like to do. This is the joy. This is what I'm trying to build to get to. So it seems like it's taken a long time. And so technically it seems like I have like 4 jobs. Like I work my 2 regular jobs, then Don and I come live, and then I come live with Sherry. Like it seems like it doesn't take anything, but it does take like, mental capacity, bringing in all of that energy, sorting through that energy, being prepared, getting ready, all the resources that you have to go through to get ready for this. And so it is like another job. And then we're sitting here 2, 3 hours online. That's 3 hours out of my day. You know what I'm saying? So that is a job. Like we're committed to doing this every Wednesday or every Thursday or every Saturday or however we're doing it. So it's a commitment. It's something that we have scheduled to do. And so it's me doing additional stuff to get to what I want to do. So where's your passion and just kind of making it through the rough times? Lord, don't I know?
Pumpkin, so if you look closely at the list, you are coming up. So, and we have your question. Make sure you're still here. Paula, you are coming up as well, but Lewis is next in line. And then Sherry Berry, I don't have a question for you. So if you have a question for Sherry Berry, please let us know what that is. Hopefully, that Rebecca, it sounds like we hit the nail on the head as you had said. Actually, you said that, but it sounds like we really did kind of ping on what was important to you and what's needed. So it sounds like again, you heard what you needed to hear, and that's good. Keep us informed. Let us know how things are going. Again, focus on that destination. That destination is far
Pumpkin
more.
Soul wants to change her question. Um, that's weird. Then I saw Rebecca's name and immediately I was just like, oh my gosh, like all of that financial stuff came out. And that's exactly what she needed to know. So I'm glad we were able to help.
Exactly. And so next in line is Lewis, and this is Lewis's question. Hi, both. Love a general reading, please, on what changes coming up to look
Is
forward
that
to.
Louise? Loise? Is that Louise?
Oh, it is. My bad. I was saying Lewis. It's Louise. And I've got glasses on. What?
I had to take mine off.
Oh,
Wait, what?
oops, what happened? Sorry. I bumped something somewhere. My bad. There we go.
What changes are coming up for Louise? What information? I get that you're on the fence about moving because I get Louise, please just move, just go. Like they literally show me you sitting on the fence and it's one state versus another state or one area versus another area. So are you considering a move and you don't want to go or you're not? Like I feel like the things that are holding you back are the things that are obligations that you've allowed to attach to you because it seems like little strings or little attachments that are inserted into your back or that are holding you back. Where on this side, it would be the freedom to do whatever you want. So I get relocation very big, and you trying to decide whether that's what you should do or whether you should not go or not. Um, I get choose wisely and choose for yourself. Make the decision to move or to relocate or whatever it is that this change. I'm getting relocation though. If you're not thinking about relocating, then it's something that's coming up because they clearly show me you sitting on the fence and it's one thing here and one state here. It's two different environments. It is the fall, so I feel like you have to make this decision during this time. So this will be the fall. And I'm getting like they're saying choose wisely, but choose to make you happy and not all the people that are holding that have the attachments to you and that are keeping you in where you are. I don't get that you're horribly unhappy, but I get that you could be a lot more freer if you would just go ahead. They're like, live your life now. You've already done all the things you were supposed to do. Live your life, enjoy your life, get out and be or do whatever it is that you need to do. So that's what I got.
Super, super. Hopefully it resonates with you, Luis. And just a reminder, folks, please don't forget to subscribe, follow, like, share, all the above. Next in line is Paula. Paula. And Paula is asking, may I be added to the free list? Thank you. Okay, Paula, do I have another question? Let's see. I don't have a question. That's the only thing I have. So, Paula, if you are here, can you tell us what your question is? Again, Paula Black, if you are here, let us know what your question is. I don't see it. I don't see. Let's see. Again, Paula, while you let us know what your question is, we're going to move on to the next one, which is Pumpkin Soul. And yes, Pumpkin Soul, you can change your question. And Pumpkin Soul's question is, will it be beneficial for my well-being to move back home for a few months, please?
Um,
Hold one
I
second.
gotta know immediately. I gotta know. You don't really want to go back, and I feel like it will set you back mentally, put you in a sadness, put you in a funk. And I got no. You don't want to do it. Big Smoke. If you don't like what we're saying, then you could easily click off our page. Nobody's holding you here. You're obviously here because you enjoy what we're saying. So if like when I click on a video and I don't think that they're saying the truth, I just click off of it. You have the same ability to do that. I'm not going to mention you anymore, but I'm also not going to feed into your comments. If you don't like what we're saying and you think we're fake and you think that the readings that we're giving are not right, bye bye. Have a nice life. But
Yeah.
also check the tires on that truck that you're driving. Not that I'm saying no, and that's the image that they gave me is a flat tire, like him driving along in this truck, and then there's a big flat tire, and it's a winter climate, so I'm getting check the tires on your truck because you are, and it seems like it's the back passenger tire, so get that checked.
I was curious if you even was old enough to drive. Oh
Somebody
Lord.
in a black pickup truck that is close to you needs to get that back tire checked, because they're going to have a blowout, and it's going to be a wintry, like rainy time that it happens.
Big smoke. Are you looking at the same screen I'm looking at? I'm just hoping you're not colorblind because it's like,
Yeah, I saw that, but have a nice night, Big Smoke. And even though
oh,
you're on here being rude and being an a-hole, I am gonna wish that whatever that this situation isn't detrimental to whoever is driving the vehicle. So there you go. But for Pumpkin Soul, I get you should definitely I get no, it's not for your well being. Like I get that it'll put you in a sadder position, like it'll put you in a funk because you're thinking like I'm coming back here with nothing. I'm coming back here and I thought I was going to go away and do stuff. Like they're saying like this is in the trenches. Like they literally are showing me a trench. This is a fight. This is the trenches. This is where, you become who you're going to become. This is your strength. They're showing me the strength card and they're saying fight through it. Like if you go back home, they're going to be asking you all these questions that you don't have the answer to. There's a little bit of like fear or shame that you're feeling because you didn't accomplish things the way you thought, and having to come back home for you means failure to you. And they're saying fight through it, muscle through it, do what you have to do. I don't get that you're a very old person. I get that you're um, someone who still has a lot of energy, who can get out, who can work, and who can do whatever they want to do. It's you deciding how you're going to move forward with this situation, whether it's another job. Like, I think a lot of people have got to the place where they're like, oh, how am I going to get income? And literally, Spirit is saying, get another job, get an additional job, get another job, get a better job. Like these things, these are things you have to do. We don't have to spiritually go to our guides and say, oh, what should she do to make more money, or how can she get out this financial situation? It's clear. You need more money coming in than you have going out. So if that's not the case, how do you remedy that? Do you get another job that pays more? Do you get a second job, or do you get a third job, or do you get some kind, or do you reduce your expenses? It's a balance. That isn't a spiritual thing, that's a common sense thing. So I'm getting, when I asked about you going home and I read the question, I got to know. So you can decide whatever you want to do. And Don, what did you get for pumpkin soul?
I'm the same way. I don't think it's a healthy environment for that. I don't think that's gonna. I don't think it's going to get you what you're hoping it will do, except for give you a place to stay. But I think you're not going to gain as much as you lose, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, I get that it'll put her in a negative headspace because
Hmm.
it'll feel like failure. It'll sit like on her heavy, and she's back there and she's not understanding how to explain to people why she ended up back there. And it's just kind of like fast talk in circles. Oh, well, this is a situation. They're like, oh, okay. And then now you're worried about the judgment or how people are thinking about you now that you came home. And they're saying, pull through. This is where you define who you're going to be.
Yep. Same here. Same here. Hopefully, it helps you, pumpkin. So ultimately, the decision is yours. You know what you need to do ultimately to make this right. But you asked us to give you direction. We're telling you what we're sensing. But ultimately, you've got to live with your choices. So in the end, make your choice that fits you, and see where that takes you. With that said, just a reminder. Hit that like, share, subscribe, follow, and comment buttons. Make them work. Make them work. And next in line was Paula, but Paula, I don't see a comment unless I missed it all just a minute ago. So I'm
I don't
thinking
see
Paula,
her.
yeah, I think she's no longer here.
Last
Um,
name Kaur. I can't pronounce it. When will my health become better? What are you doing to make your health be better? Like, are you thinking that a magic wand is? I get that you kind of had a surgery, and they're saying, are you doing everything that you're supposed to do? Are you doing your physical therapy, or are you doing whatever you're supposed to do? Are you taking the medications the way that they say? Are you eating the foods that you're supposed to eat? So, are you doing what you're supposed to do in order to make yourself better? That question is dependent upon how you care for yourself and how you make your recovery happen for you. It's not a time frame, it's a mind frame. What are you doing to make yourself better? How are you making your health better? So your health will get better when you make the decision and do the things that you're supposed to do to get better. It's not a time frame, it's a mind frame. And that's literally what I heard.
Super. Um,
Stuart Dooley, why do we need to know about your medication?
Julie Karen says, love the graphics. Thank you, Julie. We enjoy them too. And then now we are at Sherry Berry. Sherry Berry, it is your turn. Do you have a question for us?
He said something about her shoulder.
Sherry Berry?
A couple comments back, she said, I want to know about my shoulder. Before Big Smoke got in here being a,
I see. Wait, I can't see. Um,
oh, right here at 20.
I'm worried about my shoulder. I see it.
uh,
There we go.
I see like a clipping. Are they thinking about going in and doing something to clip something, a nerve, or clip some kind of something in there? Like I see like a little small slit, and they're just cutting something, and it kind of relieves the tension or the pain that you have in there. Like I feel like there's a pulling or there's something, and they just snip this little thing, sew it back up. It's a little incision. It doesn't take that long. Your arm may be out of commission for a little while, but overall it'll be fine. And then I hear something about infrared or some kind of, like I get infrared or some kind of something that they're putting on there that is like either heat or to see into there, like an MRI or something like that. So I'm getting that whatever they're proposing is very minor, very quick. The healing shouldn't be that hard. And you should be able to move on. Like I'm not getting that you'll be out of commission too long with the shoulder. You should be pretty much able to move around, is how I'm getting it. Um, does that mean I'm correct when you say you killing me? Like I literally see a very small incision, like right at the top or somewhere along here in the shoulder. They cut whatever it is, and then you're perfectly fine.
Did you injure the shoulder previously and then it's come back or something? Because I'm getting like this is not the first. This is not the first time. Is this a repeat occurrence? And so it's like a re-injury of some kind? Not sure yet.
She says she's not sure. I think she has to go and have some kind of test on it where they're going to look at it. But I'm getting it'll be a very small little slit. It won't be anything that is going to keep her out of commission for a very long time. Oh, she said yes, Don. So I'm assuming yes.
Yeah, so I think what there's going to be some. I think what Angie's getting at is there's some scar tissue inside that once it's kind of cleaned up,
Oh,
five.
five torn tendons. Ooh.
Yeah, I think that there's some. So there previous was five torn tendons, and now you're getting that feeling. That's what you're saying, right? Because so if my assumption is right, is again the previous injury was the five torn tendons. I'm getting scar tissue is what's causing the issues now, and that's what Angie's. I think that's what Angie's visualizing is cleaning up the scar tissue
Okay.
that's causing the pain because it's again it's just like a swelling from the scar tissue. So that's kind of what I'm sensing, but I could be mistaken there. But it seems like again I'm feeling like the scarring tissue from the surgery or from the work done. Yeah, and some of that's anticipated by the surgeons already, I think. But yeah, and it's an easy thing. It's an outpatient deal. It's nothing to panic over, nothing to worry about.
I'm getting something about your oh, she has to do a contrast MRI. I'm getting something about your HSA or something because like it seems like it's gonna be like what is your copay? You're worried about your copay. I see $500 or $600 as a copay, but I'm getting that like your HSA or some kind of like if you some kind of contribution that'll help with your copays um for the surgery. So
Yeah.
I definitely do see that there will be a surgery. Again, short term minimum scarring on the outside, and then you'll be better than ever. And then you'll wonder why it took you so long to get it checked out. She said
Yeah.
it's super painful. Is that something that would be super painful, Don? Like what she's describing? The
Well,
tendons?
what you know, what she's feeling is super painful, but I think again the surgery that takes place will not be. And again, it's gonna pretty much instantaneous relief. I also think they're gonna probably shoot like steroids in there too to help things take away some of the swelling. Because right now,
Oh,
again, it's that scar tissue, the scar tissue inside on the tendon. That's what's causing the pain because it's just swelling, and that's what they're helping to relieve. That's kind of what I'm getting. So hopefully that works out for you. Can't have my sexy shoulder scarred. No, it's
and
small
that's
incision.
why I think they showed me a very little scar, like it won't be a big thing, and like if you want it, you can tap right over
Yeah, it's like a teeny little hole is what they're gonna do is put it in there and it's gonna do what it needs to do. So yep,
it. And like Don
one
said, outpatient, it literally would be like boom, 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 done.
exactly.
Oh, but
One
did
more.
you see where she said that?
As
I
soon as you
think
said
that's
I
my
removed the
favorite
phone.
one. No, that's okay. I think that's my favorite one where the lady standing in the corner, like, hey, like, share, subscribe. I like her. I like
Yeah.
her little visual in the corner.
So you're saying what? Did I see what?
Oh, the comment that she made earlier about I have been telling her, I was like, the board members really see the work that you're doing, and they're gonna start complimenting you, and they're gonna start asking, can you get expanded tasks? And she said two of the board members already called corporate about the work that she's doing, and and telling them how great she's doing. And I was like, I'm telling you, she was like, you were right on it. It's going to lead to promotions. Like it's going to keep going.
Mhm.
It's going to take her out of where she at and into something else, and she's going to continue to grow and do more things. But that was the start of it happening for her. So that's good. Oh, she
Well, yeah.
said that's a good reason for a new tattoo.
Oh, absolutely. I'd celebrate with a tattoo, but I don't have tattoos. I'm like the only one that doesn't.
I don't have any tattoos either. I wanted tattoos like in my teens, in my early 20s, but I could never decide on anything that I wanted to be on me permanently. So I just never got one. And then Keena and my other sister wanted to get sister tattoos. And I was like, I know I'm your sister. I don't need a tattoo to say that.
Our son wanted one so bad. Our second child, who's our oldest son, he wanted one so bad. So we told him at 18 we'd buy him for his birthday. He wanted the tattoos. We bought him one. So he went and got his tattoo, and then Ed got his tattoo at the same time. And Ed had designed this owl with this whole thing going on. And then he got bit by the bug. So now he has the scapulus because he's a doctor. So he has the scapulus on the other side now. So on both of his forearms, he has tattoos, but not a zero zilch. And Michael, I'm sure, my youngest son, I'm sure he will get tattoos as well.
I am not a meanie, Keena, like, but I just didn't need a tattoo to say that we were sisters. Like, I get it. Like, if I die and it says big sister, is anybody gonna know who the little sisters are? No.
Lord have mercy.
So yeah,
Well,
I never got a tattoo.
super.
Keena said that's it. We don't have anybody else on the list. That Stuart Dooley was a mean person on the list. Like, what's the problem, people? Why are y'all being so mean and destructive and saying such awful things out there? Like, y'all get behind the keyboard and just turn into like, the biggest and baddest when it's not even necessary. This is a free service. If you don't like it, click off of it. And this
Yeah.
person got mad because they were asking about their medication. And I'm like, well, why are you telling us about their medication? And then we're on another reading. They didn't even make the list, and they're like, "Well, why forget that reading? Tell me about my reading." Like it's just
Yeah.
rude. People have some decorum.
I just think maybe they should come out of their mother's basement and get some sun. Maybe they'll have a different change of heart. I don't know.
All
I
these
don't
people
know.
just upset. You know what? We did. Did we have a lot of love readings? I don't think we did. We had a few. I thought it was, but you know what? I did ask for like a new variety of people, and I feel like we got some old people, but I feel like we also got some new people too. A lot of our regulars did not come in, but we did get a lot of new people who ask questions. I did enjoy that.
Sherry Berry says, "Let me take the hatchet. I'm in pain and I'm and in the mood."
Like I can't
Oh,
believe some of the comments that are being made and just some of the ugly things that people are saying for no reason. Like I get on people's lives all the times, or I'm on YouTube all the time, and I'll see them saying stuff, and I'll be like, "Wow, that doesn't." Like, I may not agree with everything they're saying, but I'm not on there just making wild comments and just being a butthole to people. Like, why would you do that? Would you want someone to come to your job and do that and be like, "Hey, you're not rolling the paint right," like, "Hey, you're not doing this right"? Like, who comes on there and just it's just that mean for no reason? But I guess.
ah. I just wonder when they come on, it makes me always wonder, did their parents have any children that were born alive? I don't know.
Like, what is the problem? Like, you're sitting in your miserable space and then you're mad at me for no reason and just throwing out all kinds of wild accusations. But I wish you the best in some way, shape, or fashion.
Mhm. You know, I should get that video where Miss Seeley is talking to her husband before she leaves, and he comes up to her, and remember, he comes up to the car to grab her, and she turns around and she does the two fingers, and she's like, "Everything you ever done to me, think about doing to me, I've already done to you." Remember that?
Exactly. And everybody know when you do this, till you do right by me.
Yep, yep. I'm gonna have to get that little snippet and then play it from time to time.
You know that they it comes on every Thanksgiving around Thanksgiving, and I watch it repeatedly. It comes on so many times during Thanksgiving. I watch it so much.
It is such a good movie. It is such a good movie, and Whoopi Goldberg was at her finest, absolutely, in that movie. And you know that Cheryl Lee Ralph was supposed to play Suge Knight. That role was Suge Knight in that movie, or Suge, the singer. Cheryl Lee
Oh,
Ralph was
really?
supposed to be, yeah, she was supposed to be that singer, and then it went to that other lady instead, who did a great job, actually. Yeah,
I don't know that I can see Cheryl Lee Ralph doing that now.
I know. Yeah, because I think the other one just owned it. I mean, she was that character, you know? Yeah. That's like I could never see anybody else doing Oprah's role in that either, because Oprah owned that. Oprah was that character. Miss, that was like, oh, geez.
Oh my gosh. I love listening to her master class when she talks about herself and she talks about how she got the part and how she was like, prepared. She was like, Lord, just help me to let this go if I'm not going to get it. And then she was at a fat farm, out there walking in the rain and crying.
Right.
And then Steven Spielberg called and said, if you lose any weight, you're going to lose the part. And she left the fat farm.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, she did a great
All of
job.
you who are desperately in here talking about I'm hurting and I need all of these, have you ever considered therapy? Like seriously going to a therapist? Like psychic readings aren't always going to give you the information that you want. Like if you're when you're talking about your medication, that's something you need to go to your doctor for. I can't tell you what medication to or not to take. And then when you're saying stuff like, oh, I'm hurting and I'm this, that sounds like emotional distress that you need to go and talk to a therapist about. Like I can give you a reading, but what is it? But you literally need to go and deal with these situations because when you start talking about desperation like that, to me, that's something beyond what I can provide to you in a 2 or 3 minute reading. You literally need to go and get some mental health services.
Linda said her 10-year-old granddaughter wants to know if anything exciting is coming up for her. She told her that Angie and Don, that the list was closed. I think we can make an exception for Linda. Linda, you are always here, so I think for your granddaughter, we can do this. What do you think, Angie?
Yes. Um. Is I get a lot of like sunlight and rainbows and things like that. But is there some kind of event coming up at the school, like a dance or some kind of bazaar or some kind of big event? Like I see her out at the school um, enjoying some big event that's happening at the school and having a great time. And like all of her friends being excited because she's like the star of the event or the star of the show. Like there's something significant where she's all dressed up and pretty or where like she's in bright colors and then all these other little girls are around her and they're jumping up and down and exciting. So is there a dance or some kind of event or some kind of play or something that's happening at school where I feel like she's going to be like the star of the show? Is what I got done.
Linda, is there something coming up at school that like an event at school? She just made
Roll.
student council.
She just made student council. Okay, so I saw
Mm.
like a big event, like I saw success and I saw people being excited, like, oh my gosh, and thinking that, and congratulating her. So that's a big thing that I saw. I just see more fun and more like everything is in the sunshine, nothing is in the dark, and everything is outside. Like there's so many possibilities because everything is yellow. And for me, yellow is infinite in possibilities. And so I feel like she's going to have a great rest of the school year. Um, and that like I see sleepovers and things like that. Does she go to sleepovers or is she wanting to have them? Like I see her going to sleepovers and doing this. Like I just see a lot of fun little kid activities coming up for her and her just being excited and enjoying it. Like after a and I don't want to say like she's making new friends and she's gaining in popularity is how I get it. So that's what I got. Oh,
Linda
she's a
said,
brain subscriber. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So yeah, I definitely see a lot of things expanding for her, like increase, like a lot more friends. Like she's been isolated. Okay. Cause I'm saying I didn't want to see sadness, but I felt like she was isolated or like she didn't have a lot of contact with outside people or outside friends. And so now she's gonna start meeting people and, spending time with a lot of little girls and a lot of friends and then being invited to go like to sleepovers or to have sleepovers. Like I feel her trying to get back to being a normal little kid. And so that's what I got. Oh, she's been asking for a sleepover. So I see that, like, yes, sleepovers, her going out and them coming in. So it's something like I just get so much joy from her. Like, she's just like, simple things make her really happy. Like going to pick flowers or going to like an apple orchard or just being able to do things that she couldn't do because of the isolation. So I'm getting that, like, all of that stuff is about to happen for her. And it's just going to be joy and happiness for her.
her energy is that energy that I wish that I could instill in that person I read for earlier, who the I can't, you know, because this is the energy, this young energy that she has is so positive and upbeat and embracing life to its fullest after what she's gone through. And then you again, it's the antithesis, the opposite, I guess. Not the antithesis is the opposite, right? Anyway, it's the opposite of the woman who was in here earlier, who after my surgery I can't do anything, whatever. And it's like, what an amazing difference in energy that I get from the two of them. Yeah, and it's interesting because keep keep reaching for the stars. Keep grabbing that bull by the horn and roll with it. Do not let anyone steal your joy. And I say that over and over again. And in this case, I really mean it because I just feel like it's like you now own. You know what it is. You know what it is to not have these things available to you, having to deal with this with this diagnosis and the treatments. And so you're blessed. You're blessed in the sense that you were able to grab the energy and move forward. And I love that. I love that completely. You know.
When she said that she had to relearn everything again, that I felt like everything was new, like her meeting their friends and get everything seemed new to her. And so if she's relearning things, that's why everything seems new, getting to do things that she hasn't done before. Because like the meeting of the friends and the thing at school, all of those things seem like new things or new exciting things that she's never experienced before. And so she's just like in awe and that wonderment and just in so much joy that she can now do those things. So that makes sense if you're saying that she had to learn everything over again and then she's moving forward. I get very much that she's going to be fine. I think you guys are worried about it coming back. Um, I don't get any indication that it will at this point, but put they're saying your worry can pull that in. So stop worrying about it and just celebrate her healing moving forward. Stop worrying about if it's going to come back and celebrate the healing going forward. Because if you're always wondering, is it going to come back? Is it going to come back every time we go to the doctor? Is it going to come back? You're going to pull that into your atmosphere. And so they're saying, think on the joys of her survival, her success, her moving forward, instead of on could it possibly come back. So change your mindset on how you think about her future forward.
Yeah.
And that's what I got. Oh, getting her vision right. I think she's free of it. Yeah, I didn't get that it would come back, but I also got change your mindset on how you think about how she's going to journey forward.
Yep. Yep. No, I think yeah, I totally exactly. Yep. I have no. It's just yeah. It's such a great energy, a great, strong, determined energy that and just
I feel like she's very inquisitive too, Don. Like she just asks so many questions, but she's so polite and so cute about it that you just can't help but to be like, yes, and you just are entertained by all her little cute questions. And
Mhm.
I just love her energy.
Yeah, I don't see, I don't, if you're worried about the eyesight, maybe having, going to the losing or something, I don't know what you're, because I don't see her losing her eyesight. I don't see that either.
I
I
think they
don't,
want to know if it's going to get worse. Like with Keena, when she got sick, like her vision got bad, and we
mhm.
wanted it to be restored to where it was previously. So it didn't necessarily restore, but it didn't get a lot worse. So I think they're wondering, is it going to go back to a normal level, or is it going to get worse, or is it going to kind of stay the same?
Mhm. Yeah, one thing I would suggest to you, Linda, and to you, Jojo, is I would suggest that you take the opportunity to maybe get a device like the phone that can record and have her start talking and telling stories and experiences because I see a book from her. I see a book from her sharing her experiences and again, I see this. I see her being able to use this as a teaching moment for a lot of people. So if I were you, I would be putting, making an opportunity to create a lasting record of her own words and what she's talking about, so she can share this event with other people and share this as a learning experience. So take that time if you can to do that because I think, and it would turn out to be such an amazing book. I can only imagine. And again, it's coming from her own point of view. So if I were you, I'd do that. And I think it's going to stay stable. I think it actually may improve as she grows because I think that it's the brain will slowly recover and the hippocampus will also. So I do see some recovery in that sense, but it will take time because again, the slowness of the healing process of the brain. But make sure she starts documenting. Make sure she starts telling her stories and the thing, and then create a book around it. I do see a book, and I can see her doing a book. Um, yeah, I think you need to write together. That'd be a great idea. But again, the most important thing is just again sit there and tell the stories into a phone or into something where it can turn it into text. And then once you have it down, then you can start moving things around and create chapters, and then take those chapters and turn them into a book. And I think that's great. You can even do a child's book. Take some of those things, break them down in little stories, and make different little books out of it, like a series of books that go through the entire situation. I just see some wonderful things coming from this. So give that some thought. Bless her heart, bless you guys. She wants
Oh
to write a book.
gosh, it was something else I was gonna say that she wants to. Oh, does she like game shows or something like that? Like, is she? Does she wants to be a host? Oh, okay, maybe that's the student council because I see her standing up in front of people and like but I got like game show like so does she like game shows? But I also think that what I saw her standing in front of people and saying things and making people laugh and whatever I think that has to do with the student council like speaking in front of the people. But I also thought that maybe she likes game shows or something like that. Oh, Stranger Things. Because I saw something about TV, but I thought, does she want to be like a game show host? That seems weird. But something on the TV. So she said actress, so maybe that's what it is. Wanting to be an actress because I definitely saw something on TV.
But pay attention to her comedic timing because I sense that she has great comedic timing, and that's even better than acting. That's something you can't even create.
You said great comedic timing. Yes,
Yes,
because I got the people laughing. Like she was
yes,
standing in front of the people and they were laughing at her and it was natural to her. So
yes,
I feel like there's something to do with TV or something like that.
yep, yep. No, that's what I see it too. I think she has an ability to just a natural quip that boom, it's so funny. So super, super. Well, great to hear that for you guys. Again, let her know that yeah, there's a lot of possibilities ahead for her. And again, that sounds like she's motivated to do a lot of things, and she will accomplish those, and that's wonderful. So, with that, Angie, I think we are about done. We are
Exactly.
done.
I was just writing, like my energy feels really drained today. Like I know we've gone hours and hours, but today I feel really drained. Like it took a lot out of me to answer a lot of those questions. And
Yeah.
so maybe I just didn't drink enough water, and I can attest to me not drinking enough water.
Yeah.
But I am about to go and have some of Sherry's tea. And
Didn't you say it's vodka day or something?
that was yesterday. Was that
What?
yesterday? Yes, that was yesterday. It was National Vodka Day. Um, National, because it was Taco Tuesday. It was National Taco Day, National Vodka Day, and National Eat Fruit at Work and some other stuff. It was a whole bunch of stuff.
So maybe I
That's
can
what
get away with
today was.
national hangover from vodka day and maybe take the vodka now. I don't know. I
It
don't
was
know.
World Teachers Day, National Walk to School Day, National Pumpkin Seed Day, National Cup Coffee with a Cup Day. I've never heard of that. Apple Betty Day. Is that a pie? Apple Betty.
I don't know.
It says National Apple Betty Day. And then do something nice, get funky, and Rhode Island Day. National Rhode Island Day? What does that mean?
Is it the day Rhode Island came into the union? I don't know.
I don't know. Rose on Curiso. We saw your question, but the list was closed, and we've been on here over 2.5 hours. Sorry you didn't make the list. Your question probably is important. Dom will be back on in the morning, so you can come back on in the morning because I see you're on his face on his YouTube. You can come back in the morning at 7 a.m. Arizona time, which will be Pacific Standard Time, or 10 a.m. East Coast time, and then you can ask your question then. We did not ignore you, but the list was closed and we were just finishing out the list. So thank you.
Absolutely. And a reminder, what Angie just said, you're done.
I can't wait to see y'all in the morning because I know she gonna have some good storm and rain stories, and I
I
know
think
she
she's
gonna have some
traveling.
good birth. She's
I think
traveling.
she's traveling in the morning, so I don't
Oh,
know if
I was
she's
gonna
going to
say
be
because I
on.
know she probably got some good birthday stories too, and I guess we gotta wait another week because we sure didn't get none for Monday either. So Naturally Divine Goddess is having a great time. She like my birthday all month, and I ain't started yet. So I guess maybe
Yep.
we'll see in November. Naturally Divine Goddess.
She's probably already asleep at this point. Yeah, I think she said that her and Kenny's going to come back tomorrow, so they're probably on the road tomorrow from Miami to back to Fort Myers. So I think I'll be flying solo. But we'll see.
Oh, Miss Linda says she made apple crisp last night.
Nice, nice.
All right. You know I love some food.
I hear you. So, and
All
Linda
right,
does love
darling.
commercials. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate it much. With that said, we're going to let everybody go. See you all. Have a great weekend. Don't forget the 9th is going to be a full moon. So make sure that you pay attention to the full moon rituals. If you don't remember what they are, go to my YouTube page, pull up for you full moon ritual, do it.
I already know at the top of the list, ego. Go ahead, get rid of that. And then the rest of my stuff, like, they can take this they can take this stomach with them too when they gone. Release. I release the fat cell.
Exactly, exactly. So take advantage of this. I think it's Archer Moon is what they call it or something. So something like that. So anyway, it's coming up on the 9th. So make sure that you get prepared for that. Do that full moon ritual. And if you're in the Phoenix metro area this coming weekend on the 9th as well, we're having the Phoenix Psychic Fair, and I will be there to do readings while we're there. And then in December, we're having the fair again, and in that one at 10 a.m., Susan and I will be doing mediumship readings, and maybe we'll get Angie roped into coming in and do the mediumship readings with us too. And we're going to do live platform mediumship readings from 10 to 11 in December. But for this one, we're only just doing, and those are free mediumship readings platform-wise for anybody who comes in the room. But for the 9th of October, we'll be having our tables and we'll be doing readings and so forth.
Oh, that's good. That's exciting. Full moon, psychic fair, and Sherry and me, Sherry and Alicia live. That's a lot going on.
It'll
I
be a
like
crazy
that.
day. Absolutely.
Don, do you remember Ponderosa, the restaurant
Yeah,
Ponderosa?
I do.
Okay, so Linda just described everything that she cooked, and I swear it reminded me of Ponderosa. She said ribeye steaks, baked potatoes, sauteed mushrooms, and onions, and I instantly thought of Ponderosa and how much we used to love. Like that was a big treat to go to Ponderosa.
Yep.
Everything we did, we would go to the movies and we'd go to Ponderosa. We'd go shopping and we'd go to like Ponderosa was the spot to go to. We loved Ponderosa when we used to go there.
And we had two of them. We had Ponderosa and we also had Hustler. Those were Rustler. Those were the two that
Oh,
they were
like
like,
Esther Dunn.
yeah,
Oh.
that was a whole other thing. No, Rustler Steakhouse.
Like he just said, like birthday celebrations and everything. We did all of that. Ponderosa was a thing. Like, oh my gosh, that was before Old Country Buffet and
Yep.
Golden Corral and all that. That was the original, and they had the best wing things and like all of their food was pretty good before they changed over the format. Like that was one of our favorite places to go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I remember that. I remember that very clearly. That's when you thought you were dining out in a good place because their steak.
Exactly. So
Yep.
when she described her dinner, it reminded me of that so much
Yep.
because that was my first, thought of steak with onions and mushrooms and things like that. Like, oh my gosh, Ponderosa, I miss that. Yeah.
Yep. Me too. Well, we will see you
She
guys
said a happy.
later. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead, go.
No, like I say, we'll see you guys later. Have a great weekend and enjoy yourselves. And we'll see you back on Wednesday night. And Angie will see you on Sunday. What time
Are you
again?
gonna be here tomorrow, Don?
Yes, I'll be back. That's right. I'll be back
Oh,
tomorrow.
Don will be back in the morning. Me, Alicia, and Sherry at 3 p.m. West Coast time, Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. East Coast time.
And we're getting ready to change again. Aren't we getting ready to fall forward or
Fall
something?
back, so then it'll only be 2 hours difference from East Coast to where we are, and we'll be back on our Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah, because we in Arizona do not change our time. So everybody in the country, you all move your time. We stay where we are, so we always jump between Mountain and Pacific, depending on what time of
Yeah.
year. So, with that said, we're